it's already gonna be 10, so.
What time did 9 o'clock class start?
So let me know when we're live, ma'am. No, we were waiting on copies.
See, I have a lot of people at the food pantry.
We prepare 73 bags, and that's bags of food.
Right,
Are we on, Miss Donna?
Then we get a crate
yes, the
of
black ones,
vegetables
the black ones.
with, and then we get,
Are we live already? All right.
cantaloupe and watermelon. So we gave all of that
Okay.
to everybody.
So I apologize to anybody who's kind of been waiting to participate in this budget workshop on the live stream. We were waiting for some copies to be made. We have our Alderman, place 4 Alderman Jesse Falcone here, place 2 Alderman Becky White here, as well as our Finance Manager, Betsy Soto, and our City Administrator, Lisa Hernandez. So what we're going to start off with right now is Ms. Betsy, our Finance Manager, will kind of go over. Do you have information about this year's budget so far, where we are?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with Ms. Betsy. We'll kind of go over this year's budget, where we are right now financially, and then we'll kind of move on to the budget draft for the upcoming fiscal year. All right, ma'am, you are good to go.
So I recreated the spreadsheet that I had from last year.
Is it not working?
I'm not getting it to connect.
Let's see if we
It
can-
says it's Saturday.
Let's see if we can get that going, because I know,
I have to do it first. My mouse isn't connecting.
The mouse is not working, is it? Huh? Any batteries? I got a mouse that's Bluetooth.
It's not connecting. My computer doesn't. I'm waiting to wake up.
Ms. Donna, is there any way to kind of lift that camera up just a little bit so we can see the screen?
Maybe I'm just going to move over because I think I might be in Eric's place. Is that better for you, Eric? I don't want to block you.
Kind of,
Sleep mode.
I don't know if anybody can zoom in from.
Right, a little higher. Yeah, you got it? You got it? You got it?
There we go. I've gone a little bit too high, but that's all right.
I don't want to be seen.
That's kind of like hanging a picture. No.
So
Well,
while we work
just go
on
on
this,
paper.
I'm sorry?
I said we'll just work off that, guess the paper then. So in the first column on here, that was the adopted budget.
Are we on the very first page?
Yes. So each of the pages are the different departments. A lot of these are connected.
Okay, so this is our debt service,
Yes.
and this was for this year, for this fiscal year.
Mhm.
Okay.
So it's you can, ignore the sum part, but the adopted budget, and then you've got the next column is the reclass. So I changed a lot of the stuff around how it's shown, because there's just little spots where we put something to Social Security, a Social Security line item whenever there's another Social Security account
Okay.
You can sit over here.
it lines up and goes better with.
Would that be with like an employee, like a new employee or something?
No, it's just how using the last year's budget,
Okay.
it doesn't match in code.
Okay.
Like it didn't line up the same.
And then question, all these numbers on the departments match general, the encode, correct? Like that 400, that's encode markings?
That's the department.
That is the account number of the delinquent taxes.
It's the general ledger account number, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. This is general ledger.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I guess the number we would really be looking at is like the sum of the budget amended. So that would be our, it's not the true budget amendment, because I only went to go over that with y'all just to show y'all and make sure y'all approve of all of the little moves that I did and show it to y'all.
So the last number here, the 111,655,
That's the
Yes.
proposed,
that's for the proposed for the next fiscal year?
yes.
Okay.
And then some of the projected 25, 26, that is where we think we're going to end up at the end of this year. And then the year-to-date adjusted, that's what we're currently at.
But that delinquent tax, how is that involved in the budget?
So the delinquent taxes, that's a figure that we get from, we don't have that number right now. That's a number that we'll calculate whenever we get like the official tax rolls.
I thought we should have it by now. Should we have the tax roll by now?
I think we usually get them in July. And I know the ones that we got back in, I think it was
Not for
April.
this year, not
Well, we got
yet.
it estimated, don't we? We should have something
We haven't estimated,
estimated.
You do have estimate.
What is that estimated one?
don't have the number.
Because that's basically what we're gonna use for our budget, isn't it?
But the numbers changed on it, and we haven't gotten an updated one because it didn't have the new subdivision on it.
So,
But we've gotten the preliminary
We do
truth
have
in
a,
taxation
Yes.
stuff
Yes.
already.
and it hasn't changed
okay,
that
so
drastically.
what's that number? Because that's basically, we go off of that to do our budget.
Yes,
So what's that number? Do we have a guess?
it's pretty similar to whatever it is, and then it'll be
Is
like.
that somewhere in here?
Part of it is the 105,000, because it's like broken out into like two categories. So that
Right.
this is the part that we can use to pay off the meters.
Okay, and this is for the debt, we're still talking about the debt service.
Right.
Yes,
Pay off the meters for phase 3? Or are we talking about?
current.
The current.
the current
Okay.
that we already have out there.
So have we talked to them about
They're
phase 3?
coming in on Monday, yeah, to reschedule. We have
And
an
then-
emergency.
Okay, do we know
on-
what we're gonna,
We don't know, well, we find out Monday.
okay,
On
We
this
have a meeting with him.
this page,
Mhm.
this is the numbers that we got, I think, September of 24. I know these, and it's still, the total is $181,000 would be what we'd be looking at. More than that though, because we've bought in some meters since then, and we're now being charged tariffs on it,
Oh,
so
okay.
So it's 181 plus,
Tariff.
tariffs.
okay,
Plus,
and that, what this money, the 105,000 can be used.
plus there might be other
Okay,
inflation
I understand
adjustment or,
so what do we, I mean, and I don't know if you can answer this right now, because what do we have tied up in this meters right now?
the total amount.
Financially, yeah.
I think it's like, I want to say it's like 881,000, or maybe that's with, I think with this, it would be 881.
Okay.
I do have that number, but
That's not including phase 3. yet. We're just talking about phase 1 and 2.
It may be 600. It would be like without the 181. I think the
Okay.
total is 600 or
So that's how much
81
we
with
have.
that.
We have invested into it already. Or is that what we've already invested into it for this fiscal year?
Oh, not
Or-
for this fiscal year. It would just be the 105.
Okay.
And I
okay.
think we've
But for the
already
upcoming,
paid that, and then we'll pay, or then we also paid the 50,000 the other day for the new meters that were put out.
for the new subdivision.
They're going to be put out over there.
Okay.
Turn off the Wi-Fi. You need Wi-Fi?
It's
Oh,
like when
well,
you
it should be strong enough in here right now.
Yeah, but we don't need it. You know, like I said, she's going off of her laptop. Maybe that's kind of, right? Because you got the Wi-Fi on,
I didn't bring my power cord.
and because she's going straight to the.
So you're connected, so. So do we, well, I guess on Monday you'll know what, it will have to have a contingency put aside for water meters or whatever. Because initially we had to put, what, 200,000 for the initial phase 1 of the water meter project?
It would be, like, this would be a separate, entirely separate loan that we're going to have to find on this one, or just pay it out upfront, which may be
Okay.
The better
the
option.
better option, depending on what kind of interest rate and what's available. Because they did send us, we had like, I think there was like 6,000, 9,000 that we got back that we didn't end up using.
So we paid off the loans, or are we still paying the loans for the first 2 phases?
We'll be paying for those for a bit
And are we paying that quarterly,
annually.
annually? What's the annual payment?
I think it's 111,000.
Okay.
So we got a budget for that, huh?
And that's, I guess, it's in here with that,
Okay.
just the proposed.
Okay. Oh, right there.
Okay.
That's working.
And from where, from this debt service, we're gonna move to what? The general? Oh, this is EDC?
So this is the totals on the meters. So phase 1 was 393. Phase 2 was 223. And this is the 181. So the total,
Oh, okay.
the total is the one, sorry, 80.
800,000.
And this is the principal and interest on it. So we're gonna, without, this is for 1 and 2, 91,000 in interest that we're already paying for the first phase 1 and phase 2.
That's what we
So
paid.
it's 714 and then the 80, so 1.52 if we pay cash for this and don't finance it.
So right now, with the interest and everything, our total expense for that, once we're done, is 1.5 million.
Mhm. And
that's
then,
typically paid, that's, utilities, right? So that's the utility fund that pays that.
and then there's,
pretty much.
and then the extra, the 50 for the set. And that tariff was, so the tariff was 6.542%.
So the proposed for next 27 is gonna be the 1,100,000.
Yes. Next page. Yep.
We're still on debt service here, or we're moving to?
We can move on to the next one. So this EDC one, and this is, I just used, so I might want to keep out the top page. That way you can see what the columns are supposed to be.
Okay. Oh, yeah. All right, okay. There you go.
So I was proposing that there's going to be 144,000. We had 131. We're already at 96,000 right now. So this is the 0.5% that EDC gets. So this is, I guess, really more of the EDC side that it shows up on our budget. It should be an in and out.
Okay.
But this would be also, the same amount would be the amount we would get for the street taxes. And then we get double of that for the city.
Right. So this will be broken down between this, I mean, between the city, the street, and the EDC.
Mhm.
So, and this is 144. And what was what we budgeted, or I guess estimated, was 131.
Mm-hmm.
And what did we, year to date, what are we collecting?
96,000.
96. So we're already at the last quarter, right, of the fiscal year?
I only have so these numbers are just through May. I didn't pull
Okay.
into June yet because it wasn't
Okay.
over. But I think for the next meeting, I'll put June's in there to make it more.
Because I mean, that's a long way from 96,000 to 131,000 that we budgeted. I'd like to see how close we actually get to that number, because we're going up for the proposal for next 27, 26 is, going up, what, $14,000?
And we've been collecting a lot more.
That way? Okay, good.
Mayor, can you brief what the budget days are, like from where to where, for the people to know? Like
Sure.
in October or so?
So our budget year typically starts on September 1st, and it runs through August 30, what is it, August 31st? Is that 31 days? So August 31st, I always have to say the little song in my head to remember. So it's through August 31st. So our 26, 27 budget year will be starting again September 1st. And that's where a lot of these proposed numbers is what, the work that our finance manager, Ms. Betsy, and with our city administrator, Lisa, and myself, looking at this past year, and trying to come up with some kind of draft. These are the numbers that are going to be proposed. So,
Just for the people to know what days we're looking at.
yeah, so it's coming up pretty quick
Yeah.
here.
And that's the
Oh.
first I know.
Yeah. All right, Ms. Betsy.
So what we're looking at is I did a pivot table off of the data. So this is the raw data. I can get more information off here and make it easier to read. But so the economic expenses is the same amount. That 106 should be the 144 also. And then so the next is the community center.
So real quick, there's a page here which says also EDC miscellaneous.
That would be, it should be, that amount should be the 144,000 also.
Okay, so
It should
it's-
be an in and out.
Okay. The other one will be what now?
So the next item on here is the community center. We want to go in the order of the pages. I think it's going to do them alphabetical.
So we're gonna skip over the general administrator. Oh, there's nothing there. Okay, we're good. I got it.
But y'all want to go in order of the Augusta?
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
There's nothing under that one anyway. There's nothing under.
These should go pretty quick.
So I looked at the total revenue that's in miscellaneous, and like, it looks like we got maybe like 3,000 year to date. Or maybe that might be like, is how much we've gotten from the community center.
And what was last year's budgeted number? The 19,000?
We're like this.
That's what I'm kind of looking at, putting this over right here so I can see. So,
Yeah, I
okay.
know, right?
Yes, I believe it is the 19,000.
Okay, and the proposed
What's this? 9,000?
9,000?
Mhm.
Okay.
And then we were way over budget last year,
You put in your roof
or
and stuff.
this year.
You put in your roof and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So the 9,000 will make up the difference, I mean, as far as, you know, of what we went over.
Yes, but it's still, the total budget is the 9,000, and looks like we only bring in like 3,000 for it.
Right.
So I don't know if y'all want to look at increasing fees on that, or how
I mean,
to
it's just a
help
very
it.
small space.
Yeah,
And what we really
Hard
need to look at in the near future is maybe expanding the
Yeah.
community center. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so people have a bigger space to utilize and not have to go to, you know, Sinton or somewhere else to have their events.
Like
I
a
just like-
kitchen or something, with a stove, with a
They
refrigerator.
used to have that,
Well,
but some of the expenses that we're paying for on it, like,
but I think we only paying $5 for them to rent it. I think it should be maybe 25 or something like that. Make it,
I think it's $100.
I thought it was 100.
Yeah, I think it's 100 now.
it's 100?
I think it's 100.
Yeah. But when you look at, I mean, when you look at the cost of just maintaining it,
Yeah.
going out there mowing the grass, going out there, you know, fixing things when they're not, I mean, we really need the front end, some of that
Sure.
stuff needs to be fixed over there. I mean, it's really costing us more to maintain it.
Right.
And then the 3,000 that we collect.
Yes.
I mean, because, I mean, you don't, I guess people
Just
don't
like-
really look at it.
The cleaning supplies, like, or what we're paying for the cleaning people to
Yeah.
go clean it is $2,700. So that's
Yeah.
like almost the same
Cool.
amount.
The whole, what we collected.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
and then, of course, we can't not work the air conditioning. The air conditioning needs to be running, because if not, then we have issues with it. So we're
And then
paying.
cleaning supplies for two. It's like, just keeping it clean is.
So it's something that we need to look at, because it is possible. When you go out there, you have a guy out there mowing, you know, and then weeding, and then we try to, the team who goes in there, oh, we're gonna have an event, we try to go out there and make sure that it's clean still, because when guys are there used. And then afterwards, we send the team to go out there to clean it, to make sure that everything is clean. You know, and I think we've had some issues with the Russians recently, when they go and there's some plumbing issue with Russian. So it's just costing us a lot more than we're generating, so, you know, we have to look at increasing those things. Okay. So the increase of 9,000, change fees of 27. That's competitiveness. So, but it's a start.
What other cities charge for a road venue like this? I know it's a small venue, it's, we charge too much, they don't do that. So, pretty much.
Or somehow make it, get more people renting it.
Right.
So yes.
That's just in the contract, and then,
I think we're locked into the contract.
so,
We're looking for a couple more years, right?
I think so. I think they originally wanted us to go longer.
I have a question on that. I was talking to city manager, he said they get a stipend for the EMS.
We do get a second.
How come it's only that? How come it's only that?
It,
It should be here.
it shows up underneath just like the general revenue.
I don't do that stipend.
$800 a month.
And it goes into our general fund?
Yes.
Yes, so it's
That's what I brought up earlier. Like, just, it'd be great if we could get with Taft and Gregory and Mathis and have like try one or have it paid at the county with the county's taxes. Like,
I'm not gonna get a scene for the fire department.
I'm thinking, they can buy free stuff. We're paying for the electric, we're paying for everything, aren't we? And they go there and they charge business money? To me, it's like, I don't because in the rent something, they gotta pay for everything. These guys are, that free ride?
So I think that's something that you guys as the council would have to bring up at the council meeting.
Yeah.
Because I think their agreement was a long time ago was that we provide this for them. But I don't know if it's actually in the contract. Really.
Well, I think the contract that states all that.
So. I don't know.
it wasn't in, like, when we were doing the renewal, it was not in there, and I asked about it, and then, oh yeah, then that's part of it. It wasn't a part of it, and then not part of it, but it's
We
like,
need to see it right.
this,
And charge them?
it's like
How come we can't charge them
6.
to stay there for a rental fee or something like that?
Mhm.
I
I
mean,
mean, we paid their insurance.
we pay, yeah,
Everything.
we pay
In
everything.
that building, of course, but,
They're making money off of us.
$304,000.
Yeah.
It's killing.
How can we approach that, Mary, to maybe get a contract with them over here? That, I need to start paying rent.
I think we need to look at the existing agreement with them, the existing contract, and see how it's written. Obviously, if it's something that's in the existing contract already, we would have to, when we go up for renewal, say, you know what, we can't provide this at no cost going forward because it's costing us, to maintain, pay the utilities, everything else. I mean, and pretty much that's the only thing that's worth running out there. I mean,
So so when we renewed, we didn't see the whole package.
We did, well, we got the whole, well, it was, I guess they listed it in the contract, but we didn't put like a dollar amount to.
Hmm.
how
It
much
just said
we
that
were-
we provided,
Yeah,
that we would provide, but it wasn't, it was kind of almost like, it's written kind of, it's a courtesy, we're gonna provide this.
and
as
then
part of
we've
it.
always done it, and
I
it was
just-
never specified in the contract, but then it became
I just sent you the
specified.
contract, and the reason that I have it is because Portland asked for it. They wanted to mimic ours. I guess they were gonna hire, so I forwarded it to the Portland, and I just.
Well, like I said, I think we are really looking to it and charging them something.
And it does say up until October 1st of 2028. That's where it stops.
Free rent?
Well, the contract
Here.
ends October
October
2020.
1st of 2028, that looks like that's the last payment on here.
And come back to the stipend, so the stipend goes into general fund, correct?
Yes.
So so the proposed for this year is an increase to 300,000.
And I think that it would probably just need to be more off.
Do we have another copy? Do you have a copy of it? Okay.
So that's.
It would be the
317?
It should be the 271.
Where's the 217?
It's on the,
The next
on
one?
here.
No, right there.
Oh, okay.
Contract.
Oh,
Oh, no, wait, it would be the 295.
295. And what do you have in it? Three something? 317?
Because I think I just have the projected amount, just
Well,
based on
use
where we're at currently.
Well, the 295 is just to pay the EMS service. That's not
Yeah,
including
the
the
electric
utilities,
bill.
electric
This
bill
one,
and all.
the
Yeah, that's just the-
304,
So I think you're closer with the 317 here
With all the add-ons.
Yeah.
when you
What
start
we-
looking
The
at.
stuff that we provide,
this would be,
yeah.
There's a contract for 304, should it be changed to 295?
Would be
yes.
close to everything.
So the ambulance contract is, what's it, 304 for 26, 27? I wish I knew how to do
I know. It'd take me a week to do that.
that. I've tried it even
So it's-
YouTubing,
314 would be the total.
and that's with the 295
Mhm,
plus the other expenses.
mhm.
Okay, yeah, I mean, figure 317 would be closer to it, but 314 is projected,
Yeah,
so that's,
And then out of in the previous budgets, we just put one line item for the hailstorm and windstorm stuff. We didn't divide it out between the departments, but I divided it out in between, like between the departments based on whatever they're having insured.
okay.
And windstorm, have we did any kind of research to get it cheaper, or are we locked in?
I think we just got paperwork on it.
mhm.
Recently.
It'll come up probably in the next meeting, on the cost of everything.
Okay.
I think the renewal's in September, right? September 1st.
Just like this, okay.
Yeah, so I'm guessing the windstorm's probably gonna go up as well.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I'm saying, yeah.
so,
So the next is the fire department. So there's a whole bunch of budget movement around, moving around just because it just didn't match like what they're spending the money on, where the line items were. So these will net all to zero on there.
which one?
Well, on the page for this line, this item,
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess it's the zero at the top. It drives me crazy to have the subtotals at the top, and I was trying to fix that, but,
Okay,
but the total proposed is 101,000,
so,
and
And
they
this-
had that extra money that came in.
so let's kind of discuss this real briefly, and I wish our other members were here. because there is some confusion about the other monies that comes in
Correct.
from the county. Is that, I think when Councilman Huerta said that that's part of the 101, but then Councilman Dominguez understands it as that is in addition to what the city is budgeting, or what the city is budgeting for. So I think we need to get some clarification, and I think the council really needs to take action on, is what the county gives them, is that just going to go into the general fund, or is it going to be either part of this $100,000, or is it going to be on top of the $100,000? Because I think there's some confusion on what that
Money goes to.
Because in,
I understand it just goes to the general fund,
yeah, I mean, that's where it goes. I mean, obviously, but
but
when
we
we're talking
can
about their budget,
supplement it for some of this, right?
are we saying that's gonna supplement the 100,000, or is the city paying the 100? Or is the budget gonna come from the city? Because we never know how
Yeah.
much they're gonna get. I mean, this year they had the most calls
Right, and that's like,
ever, and they got a pretty good.
And also, so this year, what we collected is 141,000 for the fire department. But I think we got paid twice in the same year. And I don't know if that was just because the thing that happened in Sinton, there was extra money,
good.
because that last one, the one before was in November, and then we just recently got that other payment.
So what do y'all think? I mean,
This is budget for a city. I mean, there's, with no stipend or nothing, that's basically, we gotta pay that.
right.
So that's it.
So what do y'all think about I mean,
The only thing,
right? What do you think about how the funds that they collect from the county, should that be part of this 100,000? And basically what I'm asking is, if we budget 100,000 and next year they get 40,000, is that 40,000 on top of the 100? So their budget is 140,000, or is it part of the initial 100,000 and the city's basically only paying 60,000?
well,
How do you see it? I mean,
Well, it was never a question, whatever the budget amount was.
That's
like
it.
the
That's what I'm saying.
101 was 101.
that's it. City pays it.
Yeah.
Unless we line transfer it from the general
Yeah.
fund
Unless
to,
that's something that the council wants to do, is add that
because I
yearly
think,
stipend in.
because I think Councilman Dominguez at one of our, not the last meeting, but I think the one before, so that money, is that going to be on top of, that's on top of what we budgeted
Right.
for them last year? And I said, well, I think there's a misunderstanding, or not an understanding of, because if it's going to be on top of the 100,000, I think there has to be something the council would have to approve, basically in writing, saying that this is now, if it's just going to be into the general fund and it's just part of the city covers 101,000, then I don't think the council needs to take any action. But then again, we fall back to, is that fair to their volunteer
See, and that's-
firefighters that
I'd like to see it go to the, be, in
above?
addition to, I'd like to
Yeah.
see it be in
Are
addition
there
to.
any extenuating repairs needed on the equipment?
It's always,
Big, well,
always.
budget, and then maybe a big necessary repair from the stipend?
see, but that comes out of our general fund. Then it, we repair the vehicles that, out of the
Well,
general fund.
General maintenance, but is there like a big ticket
Is there a
item?
line item or a
There's
bigger item?
nothing, right now. The only issue is that we don't get that money from the county towards the end of the year,
Yeah.
which is usually around this time, is when we get, so we really don't know
But it's-
how much we're gonna get.
Wouldn't even be able to use it for an entire year.
Right. So,
Or maybe the budget is just half of it, and then they get a amended budget, like,
How do
For
other
the next
cities,
half.
how do other cities do it?
You know, I mean, I've never really asked, because the other cities' fire department budget's a lot more than ours. I mean,
And then the
even-
smaller,
I
again,
did
the ones
ask-
around us, they don't, I mean, Odem had more call outs, so they're getting more money than any of the other ones.
I did ask, and they said it just goes to general fund, but to me, the general fund,
It should be.
we can, use, say, they got a big ticket item, we just use it that, just line transfer to that big ticket item.
Is it possible to have it as a designated item to use if, if something comes in?
Contingency.
Yeah,
Because-
what I was
I don't know.
thinking.
It
what
may
I
be
was
more
thinking
complicated.
Is,
Yeah.
is on the same lines as Alderman White is, as that money comes in, instead of it going into the general fund, maybe having a contingency fund for the fire department where that money
Right.
goes to. We don't use it, and it'll continue to grow.
Or
obviously.
just as the money for the next year's budget.
Yeah,
or
or
a
yeah, we
portion
could
of
put
it
in
is-
next year, but like, we could continue to grow that, because at some point they might need a new vehicle.
Absolutely.
And let's just say
Mhm.
that grows, like this year we got $70,000. A new truck
Hmm.
is about $800,000, right? But it might be, we might be in a position at some point down the road, where we can-
Tires.
yeah, I mean, new tires, or even for a smaller, like, in a smaller vehicle, like to carry all the tools and all that stuff. Even putting the down payment on a newer vehicle. If we can do that, take that money, instead of putting it into general fund, put it in some kind of contingency. And then each year it'll continue to grow. And then we could use it to maybe remodel the fire department, maybe
Something.
buy another piece of equipment that they might be wanting.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
because these guys, I mean, and a lot of us don't see it, but I only because I get the calls. So I went to the last traffic accident out here that they had, that they needed the jaws of life,
Mhm.
because the ones that from Sinton weren't working, so our guys had to go and respond. And I went over there and pulled over, and it was a mess. And these guys go out there for $10 a call,
I know. I know.
They just had a semi truck burn at Lowe's, and they called us out to help. And so I want to make sure that our guys have good equipment that's up to date. That, I don't want anybody getting hurt out there because our equipment's not adequate. So we can put that away in a fund and
That
grow
would
it.
be, I think that'd be a good thing.
I don't know if we can do that. I mean, that's kind of a finance thing. I don't know.
That could
And it
be- that
does
could be a
show that
line.
we're like over budget on it. Like their budget was 75 and we're projected to be at like 101. But a lot of it's because the insurance wasn't put as part of the budget. It wasn't like allocated to them specifically. Like, so they didn't get budgeted for that.
So I think the 101 is good.
Yeah.
The city, the budget for them, 101, I think is good. But what I think that we should look at potentially, building a fund for that extra money that we get from the county to grow that over the next few years. So if they do need something, I don't know where we are, like, on tires. I mean, those tires are like $1,000 a
Yeah,
piece or
yeah.
something. I mean, because we looked into, I think we bought a couple of tires for one of them a few years ago. They're like $1,000 a piece, so.
Did they donate some last year?
Yeah, we had a company that was closing and had tires that fit our truck, so we were able to acquire some. But I think that's a good idea, but that's something the council would have to approve, obviously, to have that contingency fund and grow it
Is there a reason we don't have chemicals on here
for,
for the fire department? Don't they
I'm
have to
just
use some
wondering-
chemicals?
I'm wondering if it's because there wasn't any like showing like on the expense line
I know
items.
sometimes they have to
And I'm
have
just wondering if
certain chemicals
If it's
for,
showing
for hazardous
Yeah.
stuff.
up underneath a different
Oh, could be
Maybe it's
into something
and
else.
fuel or something.
Yeah, because I know they do have to have chemicals to put out some of that hazardous stuff, if
yeah,
that happens.
yeah, they have that stuff that's like
Foam or
cat litter or
whatever,
whatever
yeah,
to throw on
whatever.
oil spills
Yeah.
and gas spills and stuff where there's car.
I'm just
But it does
saying,
say fire department chemicals right here, but there's no, I think it says $1,000.
Mhm.
It's 5-03-104.
It was 3,000 last. so it
And I
didn't
took
go
out
on
the
here.
$1,000.
Yeah.
That was the budget. I was just like moving the money around as far as the line item, and I put it into miscellaneous supply. So
Okay. Well, as long as
If
it's
it's-
there so they
if they're
can have
spending it, I guess enough of it, then it's like we need to just know
Make
how
it a
much it
line
is
item.
and make it a line item.
Okay, as long as it would be available for them, that's all I care about. Okay.
All right. So I think the 101 is good. And then we'll have to look at what the council feels or how the council feels about that contingency fund where we put the county money. All right. Where are
So
we
this is
next?
probably where we should have started at.
The general,
So this is the revenue. Is this next one?
where it says general,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
So the current taxes is that we've received.
Is the 768,000?
Is 734,000.
Oh, so year to date, I'm sorry.
So we're still expecting like 333,000.
The late ones and,
No, sorry, that's incorrect. It's about 30,000 that we're still waiting on.
so last year, what was the 1.4 million is what was budgeted or that was adopted last year?
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna get there? You said 30,000?
Yes, so the 1.4, that's for all of that's for the city sales tax,
Oh, okay, okay.
the occupation tax,
Oh, okay, so the current
the
taxes.
licenses and permits. And I talked to Destiny and she thinks it's probably gonna be, I guess, maybe the same or more for the permits.
Correct, okay.
Because we got the houses coming up.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So what are we looking at as far as like budgeting, or the expectation for current I mean, for 26, 27 is about 1.1 million?
And I believe, so that's just based on like the projected amount, like
Right.
if it was still the same, but I
Right.
don't think that, I think that number needs to come down a lot.
Well, because the houses that are being built right now, we won't collect taxes on this year
Yeah,
for a
not
year.
this year.
So I think they're putting up 20 right now. I think some of them have already been sold. So, and then I think, Miss, what's her name out there in your neighborhood?
Walker.
Walker.
Yeah.
She's also already breaking ground over there, but
Yeah, I
those
saw
houses
that.
aren't gonna be
Yeah.
maybe another 2 years, so. Okay.
You put taxes on those houses without them being sold, like this company that built them, they have to pay taxes regardless on them.
It would be on the property.
It'd be whatever we own, or whatever, whoever lives there or owns the property January 1.
Mhm.
So if it's like a homestead, well, I guess it doesn't matter because we don't get there's not a homestead exemption for
Not out there.
the city.
Because they're basically, some of them are inventory houses right now, like some of them are being built without being sold.
Right.
Yeah.
So on January 1st, the builder has finished that house, but they haven't sold it. Would the city still collect taxes from the builder?
Yes.
We should.
The fact that it is built, somebody will pay taxes.
Right. It'll be
Even if
the,
it's halfway done,
Right.
it should still be valued as of January 1st. You're gonna have it
Correct.
done like a normal-
usually it's the developer that'll be doing it, yeah.
Because the developer owns all the lots out there, and the DL Horton, I believe, is the builder out there. They're just building the homes, but the developer owns the properties until they're sold, so. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah.
Even like empty lots, would the developer have to pay property taxes on the land? just
On the land
based on
itself.
Each one.
On January 1st.
Betsy,
Unless they ask for an abatement,
Betsy, what's
Yeah,
our,
they
they
haven't
haven't
asked.
yet, so don't say anything.
what's our ad valorem tax, our road tax against that?
And, yeah,
What is that number?
That,
it's about the same as what we had there.
Boy, we gotta have something that the tax lady sends us, right?
She should.
yes.
She
Yeah.
should- What is that number?
Let me see.
Because that should be on here on it, on our,
Because we should bring her in, I don't know, July meeting?
because they look at a sentence, you know, they got a valorem tax, $1.9 million. We should have that number up here somewhere, because we're looking at that number. to
That's
do
the,
this.
that would be the current tax
No,
line item.
no, we need our valorem. She's got
But
to,
for the current year, I'm trying to remember what-
well, no, we need a projection for next year. She's got to have a projection for next year.
I think we got that. Let's see.
Because I'm looking at sentence, and their everyone is 1.9, and in 25, 26, it went up to $2.6 million. $2 million, so, and that's what they work on and getting those numbers.
But is that the truth in taxation calculations?
Yeah,
We've got those
what is that
somewhere
number?
already, don't we?
we haven't calculated those yet.
They do it.
We work with them to calculate it.
I think you have to give them information for them to calculate it, isn't that right?
So we don't have that number.
We won't have that number yet.
We should.
But
We should have had it a long time ago, right? Don't we usually get it early?
so here is the preliminary.
We usually have it now.
numbers.
Yeah.
There's got to be a number that they send us.
But these won't include,
No, it doesn't include nothing. She just sends you a form. What's
It's
it?
like a letter.
A letter
It's a letter.
saying
that-
this is what you're gonna, I don't know.
It's just a preliminary,
Right.
preliminary, tax calculations, basically.
Yeah,
Um,
you have it?
I'm looking, but I don't see it. I don't see anything from her. Um,
because I think we're doing this earlier than we did it last year.
We might be able to just, maybe on Monday,
Yeah,
just call them and see if we can get just a preliminary calculation, and we can send it out to everybody
yeah.
by email, so at least we have those numbers.
Yeah, it's got, you know, and that should be a pair of them tax, a line item.
Okay, here.
There you go. That it? There you go. That's what we're looking at. That's it right there.
Excuse me.
I didn't get that. I wasn't looking at
See,
it.
that's-
About
that-
172,000.
172, that's the number we gotta look at right there. See,
The net taxable.
Certified estimate.
that's the number we always, and that's where you start doing your budget off, right there. Plus your utility, plus that, and that's our budget.
Mhm. This includes, so that's the ones not underneath ARB review, which at this time, none are underneath that.
It doesn't matter, we're looking at that number, 1.72, that's the number we're looking at,
172.
170,000, 1 million, a million.
Is he scroll it down?
Scroll down for
Up to, I'm sorry, up. To where you were, keep going.
See, that number, 172 point, should be in here, not the current tax stuff. Every year we have confusion on that.
Could you zoom it in? Make it a little bit bigger. Trying to look at the net taxable. So the net taxable was 172,000.
172 million.
172 million. Yeah, I couldn't see if that was a comma or decimal right before.
Let's hope it's
So,
more than
172,000.
172,000.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
hold on.
Everybody go home.
That doesn't
Okay,
sound
hold it
right.
up.
Wait, city shut down.
Yeah, so 172 million is
Exactly.
the net taxable, okay?
See, that number should be up there, up here.
What's the tax rate?
0.52.
Something like that.
Is it right up there? Right there?
It's the,
Tax rate
Levy 905,000.
on
See, look at, here's,
yeah, 0.526.
52618.
here's a budget, I see, here, everyone taxes,
Point 526.
1.9, and then sitting, this is what the
905,000.
council,
Mhm.
2.6, so that
And
number
then-
is where they start calculating everything.
So with these numbers, they should have included that new annex property, and they don't.
Well, that's a plus, in
Whenever
other
we
words,
went
that's
to
a
go
good
see
thing
him,
for
he
us.
did it. He didn't,
They
they
did.
weren't there.
Oh,
His
okay.
computer,
So, well,
but
that's
he
a good
fixed it.
number to work with.
Yeah.
For our
Mhm.
Yeah,
budget.
even though we're gonna have more.
We'll have more, which is good
But-
for us.
So it's 905,760. That's with the 0.526 tax rate. So that's the number we're starting off on, right?
Right.
905.
And then. This is the preliminary, which is the same.
So that number, we are gonna get that.
It'll be, there'll be a calculation on it,
But that's,
So-
but that,
that
It would
number,
be
and then there's when you get your
an
taxes, how much you're gonna
Because-
charge taxes to get that.
based on like the current appraised values, but they may be valuing, this,
See, but they got a fudge factor, because if I go up there and complain about my taxes,
Mhm.
they got a fudge factor in there. They do have it in there.
well,
know what
because
I'm
this is the part that's not underneath the ARA review. So this would be, I guess, the total without, if nobody complains,
Exactly,
After protest.
after protest.
we would get the 905. But with protests, that number might come down.
But it's not under review, so it shouldn't come down.
Mm-mm.
It's not under review, like, because whenever, these numbers are from April 28th. And
That's
so this
correct.
is whenever people were just getting their tax notices.
Yeah, and
So that's,
Yeah, and they had
hadn't
to-
even had the opportunity.
No.
no, not,
Okay,
at-
so it
no.
can't change.
yeah,
We haven't gone, I mean,
And I,
I'm going.
but they have that
Trying to
fudge
look
factor
up
in
the-
there. They do have that for people that can complain.
But is that 905 the summation of like including,
No, it's not 905, it's 172, the 1.7.
He's talking about the,
the taxable values?
He's
that
talking about the
after
value.
exemptions like age exemptions?
Yes, yes,
homestead?
yes, all that, yeah.
and I think Odem only has, is it an age exemption or,
65, we got
federal?
65,
Yeah, I don't think it's
homestead,
8,000.
homestead, 65.
Yeah.
but we don't
No.
have a homestead
Homestead, we
exemption.
don't. Just the
We pay
age.
the same
I
rate
think
for the city
The school
tax.
district has the homestead.
Yeah, I think it's the school district or the county, I don't know.
The
They say
school district, because they're the biggest one.
No, we all get homestead, don't we, Becky?
But not from the
only if
city.
you apply for it.
I'm homestead.
But you get homestead for
That's,
the property,
Resident.
the taxes you pay to the county and the taxes you pay for the
But not
school,
city.
but not
the
the city.
So your
You
homestead
have, that's
exemption.
something the council has to vote on if you want to do
I
that.
thought we did.
You have to do it every year.
We didn't do it this year?
No,
Your
you haven't
homestead
done it in a
exemption
while.
Is for the school taxes, not city.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know what.
The,
Okay, so,
The
but
city has
basically,
to do
but
it
I'm getting
every
back there, is that 1.72 million
So
is what we should be.
172 million, yeah, that's the taxable,
So that should be our own taxes that we should be here.
905.
the 905 would be that or what? I can't
So,
use that.
eight, oh,
Oh,
so
Okay.
873 is
That was
the
last year.
July That's like the final number.
That
And
was last
then,
year.
That was 2025 certified totals.
We get confused that every year we get confused because they don't use that number. I remember a person used to have a big chief tablet. With an eraser.
With the crystal ball,
Remember them?
look into the future.
I just remember that we used to put, it was usually an 8,000 exemption, and we had to vote on it every
Yeah.
year from the council, because the council had to authorize it.
Okay, well, I just give it,
Sorry.
that number should be somewhere in here, man. That's all like on the budget. And it's not. So
Delinquent taxes.
this 1.8 million might be little fudge on that one. Okay. Just curious.
So the proposed then,
I guess it's pretty close, I guess, but it's
well,
still,
it's actually 1.2 for taxes, only for current taxes would be 1.1. But altogether, is that what we're looking at, Betsy? That big, the bold number, the 1.87?
That's the total.
that's the
That's the
That's the
total.
total with
total
sales
of all of
tax
that.
and everything,
What's the line item current taxes? The 4-001, very top?
So that would be the number that we were just talking about.
yeah. I
The,
know,
So the
But that's-
768, that's basically property taxes?
yes.
and that's what we do
Collected,
our
right?
budget is property
That was
tax.
our
Yeah.
budget. We collected.
Then property tax, then we got other utilities that come in there.
city sales tax.
For the budget, city sales tax.
But I'm just saying the line item current taxes is basically property taxes.
Yes. Well, we, in the August council meeting, the island, the engineering program at Texas A&M Corpus Christi
Mhm.
will be presenting their findings of the impact study that they have been doing
Okay.
on how the bypass is going to affect
Mm.
the city.
Yeah.
I think they're actually working with referral to do impact study there. They actually did Sinton.
Okay.
So we'll be getting
It'll be eye opener.
I should get I think I'm gonna get the actual report this next month in July. They'll send me the report.
So that was
So
25.
this was what we
25.
got April 25.
You see?
Mhm.
At one
And then
point-
this is what we got July. This became our number.
So we're down 50,000.
Mhm.
See?
And that's because these were
All the
the
ones that
protested ones.
protested. Well, I'm protesting mine still. So.
So that 1.7 is pretty, I guess it's pretty accurate. I would say it's accurate. The one.
Just because we're missing like a lot of the annex part.
Okay, but that's not it.
I mean, it's a good place to start. I think
1.8, I guess, is a good start.
1.8 is a good start.
It's a good start.
Um,
I just wanted to make
total,
sure she knows which, if she got that in there. At Bowling, at Brad, at Brad, at Bowling.
I can't say that word either.
Google, how do you say?
Google.
Chat.
So let's move on
Okay.
to the next library. Miss Donna. And Miss Donna's probably the one that we don't have to worry so much
No.
about. She's so good
Not at
about
all.
it. She could probably tell you right now what her budget is.
She's meticulous.
But I would,
As long as it maintains what we had last year, we're good. I mean, we can make it work.
Yeah.
We just can't afford any more cuts.
I would like to add a part-timer in there. For her, because she's here every day. We need to add a part-timer in there.
You know what we discussed was having City Hall have a clerk that would be when I was gone, they would be able to come to the library and help people with the computer, check their books out, and also have access to the A drive so that should there be a lull, it wouldn't be a wasted time for that clerk. They could do what they would normally be doing at their desk in City Hall. So
Yeah.
it would still give the City Hall a clerk,
Right.
and it would give me a buffer for the times I needed to be gone. And that way it's kind of a win-win for both of us.
Right.
So how will we put that in the budget? How will we just add a line item for part-timer or something?
Well, it would fall under.
Under
Well,
We had to,
personnel.
because they don't have nothing for an extra.
No,
It just, salary would be a salary
yeah, uh-huh.
plus times.
But if you bring over like a
Yeah, probably.
clerk, that you could just make sure in somebody's contract, other duties assigned, duty days at the library.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and we could split the cost between the
Sure.
library's budget
And that's what I'm saying, yeah.
and the city budget, instead of putting it all under the library.
Library, yeah. So
That's something.
what would a part-timer cost? I mean, I don't know.
Well, starting pay for employees right now is $15 an hour. So they would start off at $15 an hour at minimum.
Do we have room for another part-timer, Lisa? We're fully staffed?
So,
There are no vacancies really. right
I
now.
did ask, because now that Up Dogs is closing,
Mhm.
he called and he asked if we had an opening for part-time, because there's somebody that they can bring over. And that person can be doing both.
I mean, we should say 20 hours a week. I mean, I don't know if that would work, really. I mean, I think we probably need to have a full timer that could work between the library and City Hall.
You wouldn't really need a full-time, part-time, right, after lunch type thing, the lunch with Donna, you can leave at 5 or sometimes, from 12 to 5 or 2 to 6 or something like that, right?
Well, so many of the times what happens is, as you all know, all 8 volunteers died. So we don't have anybody, and when I'm gone, there's nobody there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, we need to
And if
fill
we had
that.
a floater, is that what I would call this person? They could be me when I'm gone, they could do whatever needed at City Hall, and I understand our courthouse. The judge might need somebody, it could be a floater, and still be useful to everybody. I don't know if the warehouse guys take care of their own paperwork over there. I'm not familiar where they do their filing and all that. But maybe they could use somebody to do their filing, their updating. You know, it could be somebody that's a jack of all trades.
What are you thinking, Ms. Light, this year?
I think it's a good idea. I think
Full-time clerk? That would be
I think
just
it should be a
local.
full-time.
Full-time?
Yeah, I think so
so.
too. Because if we say 20 hours a week, then when Ms. Donna's gone, the library's only gonna be open
Yeah,
certain
No,
days
I think
because,
we should propose a full-time.
full-time, add a full-time.
and then we can just,
Okay.
what we could do with that is we could split that person's salary
Mhm.
between the library budget, the city budget, and then we're gonna use them, train them to do the municipal clerk's position, because, you know, she needs to go on vacation too sometimes, and then, since we're gonna be starting to do these ordinance
Right, good point.
things, we're gonna have these court dates, you know, when Miss Patricia is out on vacation, we need somebody that can step in and still do that job, because right now, I don't think anybody's trained to do Patricia's job.
Just Patricia.
So that'd be good after hours, because they have court after hours. And they could come in after hours to do the court.
I think it depends on the judge and her, but we can split that person's salary, I think, between the 3 departments,
Okay.
you know, and so it doesn't put too much of a hurt on
Yeah,
Donna's budget, and, you know, the city doesn't take the whole thing as well, because we still have the county,
Yeah.
the municipal court too, so.
That'll
So you might even want to train her and to do Angela's job when she's gone, to do
Yeah.
the water bills and stuff. We could
Yeah, I'll float her.
It's tough not being able, because I know when I was utility billing, I only had a small window of opportunity to take a vacation
Vacation.
because nobody else wanted to learn
Yeah.
my position. And that's stress.
Yeah, we could split the salary. I mean, you think about it, we could split that
But those
person's
girls
pay.
over there also need to learn.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah.
Really, they
I think
really
that's
should.
Destiny's really good. I mean, she stepped in for Gabby to do the AP report
Oh, really?
when Gabby was on vacation, and she did a really, really good job. I mean, she steps in for anything, the volunteering
And
work.
Gabby
for
was
the-
gone for 2 weeks, so
Yeah.
she could capture.
Well, good.
handle
I
all
think
the
that'd be a
checks.
good proposal, but we'll put half of it. Do we got to put a line item or just add it as a, how much are we gonna,
Yeah, well,
How
we
much
have
money?
to add
how much money we looking at?
a line item to each department.
We could just add salary raise.
They just figured up, 40 hours a week
40
and
hours.
15 and then
Divided by.
divide it. So, yeah.
So would be another line item?
Hiring somebody?
I'm sorry?
We are looking at hiring a new person.
That's kind of what we're talking about.
So, business next door, employee, at school for criminal justice. So, employee needs a job and looking at hiring, if all that goes through, I'm just saying, sounds like that's within their realm of what they're setting to do.
Well, they're gonna be doing kind of a little bit of like covering for Miss Donna here when Miss Donna's out. There would be somebody to be cross-trained.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them need to be.
Just like the different aspects, like I heard court and stuff.
Yeah. So.
Yep, I like
That's a
that.
good idea.
Good idea.
Propose
We'll work on
another
that.
position, yeah. Just put together
So-
a proposal for.
Currently on the personnel, which I don't think I have it broken out just by a personnel one. So the adopted budget was 752,008. So this is the Medicare hospital, the Texas.
She wouldn't be in the
Employment.
wastewater. That's wastewater.
I was just talking about like the
Oh,
in general for all of
for all of them, okay.
them.
You put her in general,
The fringe benefits, I think that's the TMRS, and then Medicare, Social Security, overtime.
that's a come here, I think we ought to go part-time, so we have to pay all that. That's a lot of money extra, you know what I'm saying?
What we would save on the health
You
insurance.
see, that's a big, we go part-time. I don't know, what do you think, Lisa? We'll save
Or
on it.
hire two part-time.
Well, you could do that.
The
You
thing is,
wouldn't have to be responsible for all of that. You could do 2 part-timers.
2 part-timers.
Because it's about like 11,000.
It's a bunch.
Or a month,
Because
It
you're
is,
on
it is a
this
bunch.
and-
or a month.
Yeah,
Um,
a month, it's 11,000.
So it's
I mean, a
probably
year for
rounded up
that person.
so if we do-
$1,000
So
a
we could
month.
cut that.
If
Yeah.
we do two part-timers at 20 hours, that's 40 hours a week
Mhm.
that we can do. And that would, those two people, and when Miss Donna's out on vacation, they would have to split the days, you know, like, you're gonna work from this time to this time, and you're gonna work from, because they can't go above the 20 hours.
Yeah.
I think the new thing
Yeah.
is, what is it, 20, if they work more than 30 something hours,
If you
then
work more than, isn't 30 or 32 hours?
there was something new to pass, nothing on that.
Well, I think, like you said, you're talking about it, I think a part-timer, so we have to pay all that.
Yeah.
I hate to do that, but you know,
I guess we need to see what kind of resumes that can come in with there might not be
So-
2 people that are interested in part-time job.
I'm pretty sure you need 2 people interested.
Well, we can budget for 2 part-timers and see
Yeah.
what happens, and then adjust accordingly.
Yeah.
But,
You happy with that,
you
man?
can budget it and
that'd
see
be
what.
Because you still got 40 hours a week that you can cover with two part-timers if you keep them at about 20 hours a week.
And
So,
then see what the council
You
says.
see, like Donna's here today, that person could be here,
Yeah.
and Donna could be home feeding the cats. You got cats?
She has dogs. Yeah, she has cats.
So she wouldn't have to be here, you know? And then at city council meetings,
But overall, the,
Somebody's tech savvy too,
Mm,
and computer savvy.
Well, you're asking a lot.
Oh, I was gonna apply for it, but I guess that's not.
Oh,
we're
you're out.
projected to be about 726,000 for personnel.
That's
And-
For
everything.
2 part-timers?
No.
Oh, that's
with
for now.
now.
Okay.
And then we're $25,000. This is under budget. Because the budget was.
Yeah.
752
We're in the budget?
by 25.
Okay, there's your part-timers.
But some of that might be just from people not being here. Like Lisa wasn't here. Well, I guess we had Sal's salary in
Yeah.
October, and then
There was a gap there.
I guess
Yeah. So that's like a more,
Yeah, we
yeah.
hired
it might just more
Lisa.
December.
Yeah.
And then some people weren't here, but,
Okay.
and then I have also in here, this is
Eric, we'll see you later.
This
Thanks,
is
Bye, Eric.
6.6% is the 0.28% cost of living adjustment, from last year.
You didn't get that.
Mm-mm. So I added both of them in there and then 0.38 and it's 6.6%.
So that's what the cost of living and everything raised?
That would just be the cost of living adjustment, like, that wouldn't, I guess, include, I guess, because I look them as different, like, that wouldn't be it would be a raise, but it wouldn't be a raise because it's just, that's how much.
Still gonna be.
Cost of living has
Yeah.
gone up 6.6% since the last time employees got paid more.
So it would just be basically a kind of a break even, kind of a thing with the
So
cost
that-
of living.
Sadly, it
would not
works
be-
out that way.
Yeah.
So could we look at giving like an 8% raise across the board to our, at least to the frontline employees?
Mhm.
And then I don't know if that would be, I guess, Lisa's decision or council, like if it's, who would get, would it be like the people that just started like last month?
Mhm.
Or,
Yeah. Those won't get a
We
raise.
have two guys.
Those won't get a raise till 6 months anyway,
I would
right?
say,
Or-
yeah, 6 months,
6 months, so in.
because that's
Yeah.
usually
But-
their,
but they would still get, I guess, the 6.6% or they wouldn't get the full,
They shouldn't.
they would only have, I guess, the 3.8.
That's what y'all figure out. That's where y'all come in and figure that
Yeah.
stuff out, right? That's too much
Yeah.
math for me. But I think that'll be a win-win situation, get part-time in there without the full bennies.
and for anybody that's been there 6 months or more, then they can get that
Yeah.
increase.
Yeah. So we are fully staffed in the field. Are we fully staffed in the field?
We just don't have like certified license, but based, yeah,
How many do we have in the field?
I,
No, we got
Five.
6.
6.
And I reached out, but I didn't hear back
We have 6.
to accidentally the mayor of Gregory. Because they have stuff going on over there.
Oh,
And I think their head guy was leaving. So I was like, I'd like an introduction to him.
yeah, there you go.
But
no, we need somebody.
Yeah,
I think we
I don't
really
know.
need more
we need
than
a
5
licensed one,
people.
yeah.
I think he's licensed.
What are we paying contract for sewer and all that stuff? 'Cause we gotta pay that.
we don't have like that just divided out.
Okay, never mind.
But
That's just
I'm
part of
working
it.
on getting that number because with like the contractors, we pay contract labor, but we also pay for the use of their truck and for their use of their equipment, and they have different charges for different, and then sometimes like material. but we're trying to break it down to where it's
We're talking
more,
about the contract labor, what it
Um,
costs on them, you know, like,
Oh, yeah, it's,
we're wanting to get a broken down number of that. That way it's easier to identify how
Yeah.
much we're spending on.
Which is a good
different
idea.
All right.
services.
Which is a really
we can do all this today, Mayor? Or we gotta quit at 12?
I think we cleared 12.
Okay, good.
Wherever we are, we stop.
Or how about when my laptop dies, which maybe before 12.
Yeah, they do
I have
care.
the charger.
My wife wants to go shopping.
Huh?
She likes to go to Kingsville to go shopping. To the Ross. No, they have Marshalls.
So on the employees, we're talking about the 6% or 8%. What we could do, and I don't know, I mean, Ms. Betsy, you'd have to tell me what you think. For the employee raises, if we're gonna go, let's say we're gonna try to pass an 8% increase for all employees. But you have to have been here at least 6 months.
Right.
So for the newer employees, they'll have to wait until their 6-month
Right.
anniversary. You do their what's it called?
Evaluation?
Evaluation,
Right.
and at that point, you know, they would get their 8%. I don't know, I mean, how do you think that's something that could be
Just saying
done?
everybody would get it. They just, some people wouldn't get it until.
Yeah, we would put it into the budget, obviously, for everyone. But you have to be here at least 6 months to qualify for it, to the new people.
I would say a year, because it's kind of unfair for the people that have been here
Well, there would be different.
6, 7 years, and then,
Well, then-
oh, this guy's already getting as much as I have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
but
not,
if you do it a year, then you're going into next year's budget already. So,
it'll be good, because we'll have more money next year, because of the houses and stuff. Does that make sense? We're gonna get more property
yeah.
tax.
I am gonna have to
I
go,
understand that.
just turn a different color.
So everybody gets it. As long as you've been here more than a year, or at least a year.
Yeah.
So,
Or have like maybe
Yeah.
because there's 2 cost of living increases.
I have not received anything in the last 2 years.
But would
I understand they
have
have,
like, some people like, you're eligible for the raise at 6 months, but you're eligible for the first or the second cost of living one,
Right.
but you're not eligible for the first cost of living one.
right.
yeah, something like that, yeah.
Really too complicated.
It should make it for the people that have been here longer. You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of like,
Yeah.
hey, you know, why is he getting more than I? He's only been here a year.
Well, I
Just
think the
fair.
reason that they didn't get a cost of living raise 2 years ago was because we increased, I don't know if that was the year that we increased the pay, starting pay to
the pay
15.
rate.
It was the year before that they did. Last year, there wasn't anything, and we
I didn't
didn't,
get nothing
Yeah,
last year.
last year they didn't get.
they didn't do
nothing.
the,
It wasn't
because
approved.
Sal had the merit bonus thing, but he didn't give it out for anybody.
Yeah.
'Cause we didn't
Yeah, I
have any
hear it.
reviews.
Okay.
I
So
hear
I
it.
think it's a good idea, the part-timer, 2 part-timers.
Yeah.
I think, all right, Ms. Bite, you're looking to do a part-time job?
Sure.
There you go. Could be we don't have to cross train her too much.
Mm-mm. Just for a little bit.
I like that. And so where are we at in the cost of living? We're gonna give 8%?
I think we should look to see if they'll approve an 8%.
8%, but then,
The 6.6 was cost of living.
but Johnny did
So
nothing
an
last
8.
year.
That's last year and
And this,
Oh, okay.
this year.
but that only brings them up to the cost of
Right.
living.
Yeah.
Now, so we're really not giving them a raise per se.
No,
We're just, that's what I'm
catching up.
saying.
we're just catching up.
Yeah.
Maybe
Right.
8%.
I
So
think
that's
eight-
why it's 8%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking.
I
So
think
we,
yeah.
so we do the 2
Give a
years
little
of
bit
cost
more.
of living and then just a little bit more because
Yeah.
these
That's
guys
fine.
have been working really, I mean, this week was
A tough.
a tough
The
week.
last 2 weeks though, with all the water,
Yeah,
they were busy.
So, yeah,
everything was flooding.
I think That's a good idea.
Did we ever find out if there was any cameras to catch the?
I even called
bank?
the bank. The bank only has it inside.
See, mine is a ring, you gotta push the button to get recorded.
I mean, from what I saw, it looked like it was from maybe like a horse trailer or something that pulled up to the light and then they took off and all that liquid stuff came off.
Yeah, that's usually what
Because there was no trail,
Right.
like, you know, if it was something that was constantly spilling,
Mhm.
there would have been a
happens.
trail
Trail, yeah.
to wherever
that's
they were
true.
going or where they were
Right.
coming from, there would have been a
It
trail to
just
follow.
stopped right there.
It was just right there.
Completely stopped.
But you probably ride a horse.
That's kind of what I was thinking. They were probably at the
And
light.
it was further this way, like right across the street from Up Dogs or close in between. It wasn't actually at the light. So the truck was the first truck there.
And
Then
the
it was way in
trailer,
the back, so it had like a trailer,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like pulling a trailer or
the
something.
light changed and he took off
Ooh.
and, you know, that watery, you know, and then I kind
Yucky
of.
stuff.
It's just, it's
Yeah.
happened like in the past 30 days twice already in the same place.
Yep.
Wow.
The first time I got it in my car. and
But
I
that was on
horrible.
on this highway here.
Yeah.
And the next one was here.
So what I'm,
Horrible.
because I know that, and I've done this before when working with my friend's buddy's ranch out there in Martindale. You're washing the horses, you get in there and you're washing them off. Well, there's stuff on the ground,
Of
right?
course.
So you're washing them off, cooling them off because it's hot or whatever, and you just put them in the trailer. And there's all that liquid water, now it's on the floor because you're washing them on the trailer. And then when you take off, all that water flows out the back like you do in a boat when you get it, pull it out of the water. But it's never spilled on the street anywhere. It's just out at the ranch. So that's why I was thinking. I said where it was located and the fact that there was like no trail.
Mhm.
It wasn't something that was leaking off of something. It's just
Just
something
leave
that
right there.
we just
Mhm.
splashed
You
right
probably,
there.
it's probably a little bit on the train track too, when it goes over the train track. Well, was he going this way or that way?
Couldn't tell, but
Okay,
we were
That
thinking
way.
it's that way.
so
I
it
think
might
it
be
was
a
that
little,
way. I don't know so much that you can tell which.
it
way
could be a
was
little
on.
leak over there, but you don't have to go over the train tracks. It could be a little
Yeah.
leakage there.
Because there were no tire tracks until they ran over it. Somebody ran over it. So it was just a splatter there. And then somebody
Just started running over it.
ran
I
over
seen
it and then they pulled over and took it, because you could see where the tire tracks were, where they pulled over. And I think that's who posted on Facebook,
Yeah.
said, hey, be careful when you come through here. So there were no tire tracks over it initially, which tells me that it was coming out of the back of something.
Yeah.
All right. What happened?
It's starting to get dark on there, and I'm like, it's gonna die soon.
You got a cord, extension cord? Is it gonna reach?
Miss Donna should have a cord. One thing that we did now, Miss Donna has a copy machine here now.
It's not working.
It's not working. What happened?
Not working. I don't know. They got to try it. Destiny tried it. It won't print.
I'll check it out.
Will it not turn on? Will it not turn on, or is it?
No, it's not making copies. Something like that. That's what she said. Whenever she comes back, we can ask her. Is not reaching.
You might have to
We
move
know
over
mine
there.
already died.
No, we're talking about the copy machine. It works, no work?
Yes. Yeah,
It's
working.
working. That was on my wish list. That was one of the things on my budget wish list. See, that's a big expense that we were able to knock off.
Is it working?
It's working.
It's working?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had a friend come, and what it had done is I guess it sat for a while, and the toner needed to be shaken and shaken and shaken.
Ah.
And so as soon as that was done, it started working. And then we did what you showed me, pull those green stir sticks out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's wonderful.
So something else that we didn't bring up, but it's on here, on the library budget. I know you had, I think we're gonna look into quotes on it, and so I just put $15,000 on there. Cause I have no idea how much it was, to redo the sidewalk.
Oh, yeah.
It's very,
Or
very,
guardrails.
very
Oh.
slippery.
Yeah, they
It's
decided to
been
put,
that way.
yeah, they put that tile. I don't know who decided to put tile in yet. I mean, it looks nice and not concrete. I think the best thing to do is
Break it out.
break it out.
It was donated, from Caruso, I think was the name, in 2004. It was, given, like a good deal, given, and that's why I'm thinking they put that in there. But I can't seem to find anybody that can tell me who got the donation or anything, so I don't believe it's a documented donation.
Probably
Get
not.
rid of it.
But I am concerned, both the children running up on it and old people like me shuffling up there,
Well, I
so.
think it's a good idea to just take that tile out first, and then, which our maintenance guys can do. One maintenance guy can knock that out, and then look at what, if we're gonna cover it with something new, or just have that concrete paint stuff that makes it really look nice anyway. I don't know what it's called, but still make it look nice, especially in the entryway,
Yeah.
but without having to put tile. That ceramic tile is so slippery when it's wet, and it's happened to me
And it just
too.
needs like a guardrail, like,
We would have to put a guardrail too,
You'll
so to hold on to.
poured the patio and stuff, and that's nice concrete, it's not slippery at all. I don't know who did it, whether it was local or what, when you put our patio for our study tables and
Mhm,
stuff.
mhm.
So, that might be a thought.
Yeah.
But it is very slippery.
We'll have to take a look at that, and maybe look
Maybe
at putting a handrail also.
a
on the
handrail at City Hall too, just going around the parking lot, just people.
There's a company called Texas No Slip, but it's not a permanent fix. They have to come every 5 years, and it's about $15,000 for them to come and treat it. So I think a permanent solution would be the way to go.
Yeah.
And we're also gonna have to have someone check our roof. We're leaking again. A trash can full this last weekend, so. We've got a few things, but we still have money in this year's budget for that. Yes, that copier, thank you, is wonderful.
And then I'm gonna try and make a claim on the air conditioner, the cost that we're paying for the air conditioner to be fixed.
What happened to that? Somebody vandalized it?
It was like a electric
Short?
short. And they had to come and fix, AEP had to come and fix stuff on their
Wow.
end, so
Oh,
it
a
seems like
spike.
it's coming from their end.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Yep, there you go. All right, where we at? We're through, Lisa. She can't hear you.
You can hear now with the amplifier things in there. You said, hey,
Watch out.
So I think an important one to talk about, they need a lot of changes,
is the maintenance?
is maintenance.
Okay.
So this is a different maintenance than what we've seen in the past.
Okay. Here we are.
Here it
How many
is.
pieces? I need to know
I should
that,
have
'cause
numbered these pages.
What page you on?
She's on the maintenance. Should be right after what we just looked
This
at.
one?
Does that say maintenance? Yeah.
This hers is in black. Mine is not.
Who's in black?
Hers is black ink.
So is ours. She's got green here and she's got black ink. She's got the same thing. What's wrong with you?
Look at mine.
I did make a copy.
Well, you're
of one of
weird.
them, So,
You get the weird thing.
Oh, you see mine? I was
And
going
yours is green, yeah. Mine's black.
Okay.
so, there's like 6 pages back or 10 pages back. There's another one that starts off with general and says street maintenance. I want to pull that one out.
Okay, yeah.
So
Got it.
in the past, these have been like commingled together in general fund.
Street maintenance.
But street maintenance should be in its own fund.
Okay.
I agree.
This is money that's coming from the 0.5% sales
Right.
tax.
Yes.
So we need to be tracking it different than maintenance to come, or like the salaries that are going to fix an air conditioner or something like that.
So It should be a line item for the half percent maintenance, on street maintenance.
The general street, the one in the general street maintenance would be in a separate fund.
So that should be, there should be a line item where it comes in. The half percent comes in. I think there should be, there should be a line item where the half percent comes in.
Yeah. We should get it all.
So there's another one that's,
So where the half percent for the street maintenance comes in?
almost was it that? Some further in the back, it's a street maintenance, and street and street.
Okay, well, in general, there should be 4000 street, that number should come over here to that street maintenance.
So,
This number here,
131.
1,000, yeah.
So, one of them is 131 is revenue, and then it shows there's a budget amendment coming off as zero. And then there's one that's, towards the very back, is street maintenance. Street maintenance. And the beginning off is zero, and it shows 131 coming in. So that's moving it from the general fund to its own fund.
That's what it should be.
Yes.
So this page right here, this should be back up here. These two should be together. Yeah. Okay, I'm confused.
Yeah, sorry. And then either follow along from.
Yeah, that's it. This is it.
So, that's correct. This is the, this is actually general expenses.
That's what it should be.
And that was the adopted budget
No,
for
that isn't correct.
the general.
That isn't correct, because we can't have the street super or stuff like that in that. It's only, it's only gotta be for the roads only. None of this other stuff. That's wrong.
This is how we've had it in the past.
That's wrong.
And so this is what we're gonna do for the future. The streets are away.
No, it's the half percent is strictly road. You cannot put fuel and stuff.
I think equipment goes on there too. It's equipment for.
On the street. That's right, but not the street, we will the major repair, street lights. So if you gotta break that down, just,
Shouldn't be.
yeah. Does that make sense?
Because from what I have heard about it, the street lights would be part of street maintenance. It's the street lights. All the street lights that are anywhere to go.
Yeah.
And these can be moved like back into the general fund.
Yeah, that's probably.
And it could just maybe be the, so October is the last payment.
Okay.
So we'll have one payment and this will, there's only one payment a year in the budgets, but this will be the last one. Next year, we won't have more next year.
Yeah, because when we were talking about, when you guys approved the purchasing of that tractor, we were looking to see, since we were gonna use this, since the state isn't mowing the medians for us now inside the city limits. You know, using those zero-turn mowers there it'll damage them, because people throw all kinds of stuff out
They
there.
do, if you don't go out there, yeah.
And they would have to go out there and walk it first
Yeah.
and take all the trash that could damage the zero mower. So we remember, we brought up that for purchasing the Kubota, we just haven't bought it yet. But Effie said that that could be
Okay.
an expense for street, since we're gonna be using it to maintain his primary job will be to maintain
The street.
the current,
Okay.
what do
And
we
what-
call them? The
Medium.
The median.
medians, there you go.
And when will we be buying that?
Well, I think I talked to Lisa last week, or this week, right, about, getting out there and trying to get it, because the guys, we've had a company come out and mow, but they won't mow all the way to the street, to the actual city limit sign. They just kind of mow right there in front where our businesses are. But they've had issues also, hitting stuff with their mowers so hopefully we can get that done in the next couple of weeks.
Hope so.
So we can start mowing from the city limits.
Yeah.
This
'Cause
way. And I know what I used to do, and I'll train the guys on how to do this, since the tractor has a bucket. When I used to mow my property, that I don't have it anymore, I would put the thing down low enough there's a tire or something,
It's
it
crazy
would
up.
hit the tire, and it would, I wouldn't run
To
over
prevent
it with it, prevent from damaging it. When if you hit a plastic bottle with that shredder, it's not a big deal. That's why it's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, you look at fenders and
Yeah, there's,
tires with
Tires.
rims and.
A car would. Because I think that whatever we need to purchase that we've approved for this budget year, we need to get it before we start over. I mean, before we start
Because
our
we're
new.
already over budget on
Yeah.
the street, and that's before we even do any more road repairs.
We'll say no.
Well, the ones that we've
So easy
the
to
ones
say.
that we have scheduled coming up.
Yeah.
But
well,
that's
we still
because
have,
within the budget, we don't have the fund balance, like,
well, we do, we
Taking money
use the
from fund
municipal court funds that are there, because the municipal court funds can be specifically used for street repairs and,
but they can also be used for general.
yeah, but we need them for the street.
Well,
So that's kind of where we need to
Focus
focus those funds.
No, it's
and
just
hit
that
the
I'm
streets.
fighting off the cold.
Because we may need that for
Now, everybody I know is got
the system fund.
The system fund is, that's not utilities, right?
Mhm.
That is?
And then I'll
Yes.
get clarity or something. That sound like the same days.
The next one is the miscellaneous fund, everybody's favorite fund. I would like to change the name of it to admin fund. Because it's more admin, or move it to admin.
I like that,
For now, it's,
because it's administration, right?
mhm. And there are some that, and maybe we should have some that are like and maybe miscellaneous should be just called non-departmental, and move any admin ones to the admin.
Like election supplies and stuff,
Mhm.
tax. What is tax office supply? Tax office supply, what is that? $13,000.
That's general, right, that's miscellaneous right now?
No, yeah, I'm saying,
I think what's included in that amount is some of the funds that we pay to the,
oh, for the tax elections? Yeah, but
I think that just might be general, like. What number was it?
it was 510-104. You're probably right, it's probably, what we gotta pay for elections.
I think it's like, and I don't think it's like because the elections, I think, were 13,000. And I don't think we included those in this year's, in this year's budgets, because they were last year's.
Well, we're gonna have elections in May.
Mhm.
We're gonna have elections in May.
This coming May,
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm,
Fast.
Yep.
Be here before you know it.
So then we are gonna need to have that
Mhm.
in here then.
What line item are we looking at? We're at the 5-10.
Down here, 13,000 right here. The election tax, tax office supplies. Should be something, that should be tax, election,
I think that should be election.
election.
Yeah, it was
Well, because there is an
13.5.
election one.
Is there? Because we gotta pay some money.
There's an
Wait,
election supplies. 10101. Has nothing in it.
So I think this is, we get billed from the county for
Right.
them doing their tax
For ours,
appraisals
yeah.
and handling all the payments and
Right.
stuff.
Oh, okay, so
That's what that amount is.
Okay, okay.
That's tax, which it needs to be renamed.
Yeah, well, there
We
it
can
is.
work on a rename.
Where's this tax office supplies?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
That's,
Rename that.
Rename it to something like,
ad valorem or whatever.
Yeah.
But I understand that. I remember when Linda used to do all that. We had to help her.
Which is neat.
So that would be for the elections, so we can just call
But
it.
then the election supplies ones,
Mhm.
I do have it as 0, but
Which one is
that would
that?
need to be,
10101.
10,
That would need to be, and because we didn't have any this year, but we will have that for next year. And it could be,
Yeah, you're gonna have to, I don't know what it is.
it could be 26,000, or it could be 13.
I think the last one we had was 20 something.
Yeah.
But it was going to be, I think, 26
But we divided with the
if-
school.
if the school didn't do it.
Right.
So if
Right.
somebody's just going to run.
We'll get Eric to know that he was teacher, he can't run. The school board.
Who was on the school board now? Is John Watley still on there? Oh,
I think
good.
so, yeah.
I don't know who's in it.
All right, so let's move on. What time is it right now?
1140.
Mosquitoes, hey, you did it's a good job with mosquitoes, I think it helps.
It has helped.
It has helped,
Yeah, they've been going out like 3 times a week.
yeah, it does help a lot, that's a big plus.
What really helps is everybody just mow their yard.
Don't be looking at me, mine
I'm
mowed.
just saying, mine is
Don't be,
too.
go ahead.
I make
look
my
at
side
landlords.
yard. Empty anything in your those tires that you got sitting, or mow the yard, stupid people.
I asked, when I go to work in the morning, I get to the parking lot there, the juvenile probation, and I get off of my car and the mosquitoes
Where
are
they're just
just
swarming. County's not
everywhere.
done anything.
I'm like
nothing.
dying. I'm like,
Unless
I'm
you
literally
commissioner.
running into the
Dang,
building.
not
serious,
because
that bad?
I pull
No
up,
more.
well, like the other day I pulled up, I said,
It's
okay,
just
let me
doing
get all my
stuff
stuff, because I know it's been,
I
and I'm
burned me
looking through
once.
the window, and they're already on the window. There had to have been 100 of them on the
Oh, yeah.
window, already hitting my window, like
The
waiting for me
purpose
to
isn't
get
gonna
out.
be spraying.
So
I
I,
think they're
We
burning
need
gonna
to, we
start
need
this
to
week.
incorporate
And then I
some
get to
dragonflies
Odem, and
in
it's
here.
like,
I'm like wanting to
Man,
get
it's
rid of the
like
mosquito
every
fund
once in a
and just
while,
have
I
it in
might
the
see
park
one that
fund.
gets me, right?
So you're gonna
But
move it to
Corpus-
park?
Yeah,
Oh.
Okay,
It's bad.
No, I think they're
Well, that
probably gonna
makes
start
sense.
spraying on Monday.
because it's usually just,
as
because
long
there
as it's
are
line
other,
item.
there are
I
other
think-
mosquito expenses.
I think what is worth
So
though,
you're gonna
They're-
move this to
they've
park.
is
They've been
I've
booked
talked to
somewhere
the
else.
commissioner,
You need to
yeah,
condense it
asked
down.
him, I
so-
said, hey, we're,
As
or
long
tell
as
him, I
it's
said,
got
hey, we're
line
spraying on
items
this
in it.
day,
Mhm.
or when are you spraying? And there's a few times that he's been out there, his crew has been out spraying like the day or so before we spray, or
Mhm.
right after we spray.
How does this stuff kill it?
Who's this?
Hmm?
Who's this?
Your
The
commissioner?
county, there's been a few times that they haven't done it as regularly as we have, but I've called out there to find out, to try to coordinate with them, because if they spray out there in Bethel,
Then it all
mosquitoes will
comes
just
in
run
here.
this way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So we
true.
can do ours at the same time?
Try to do ours at least a
Yeah,
day or
we
so.
did.
And there's been a couple times that we've worked together where they've been out and we're out at the same time.
Yeah.
But it works, I mean, it's been working.
Yeah.
I'm usually
I think
outside.
didn't they, they sprayed this week, haven't they?
They did 3 times.
I thought so.
Mhm.
Because like,
Last
I
night.
hear the,
Hey, people like, mosquito.
Mhm.
Like, okay, don't get excited.
No.
well, I just think the residents need to do their part too, because that's just important. They want us to do it, and it's not gonna do it all.
Well, I
just
think
can't.
that we've had a couple of like people call about, if we had an elderly man who's hadn't mowed his grass, the neighbor usually mows it for him. But he was working, his job was out of town, so he wasn't gonna be back till a couple of weeks. So I just talked to Miss Lisa and said, look, just have the city guys go over there, just do the front yard real quick. It's not gonna take that much time, just do a courtesy
Yeah.
one-time mow, because like you said, I mean, it's hard. Everybody else is doing their part, and then this one house is just like the one we got, the backyard.
Yeah.
So there is a company out of Corpus that will do like a courtesy mow for like disabled vets and elderly people and stuff. So I've reached out to them.
Maybe I need to get my son that lives at home out mowing yards. We just need to know where to go.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I did when I was a kid. I got my first mower from Western Auto. My mom bought, no, Sears, actually, it was a Sears mower. My
I
mom
mean,
bought
he's
it for
just,
me, and
he mows our backyard and
And you went out
everything, but
I used to mow the JP's, the old
Yeah.
JP Mauro's yard.
I just
used
need to know the
mow my
address just so we can go around and ask,
Or-
would you like me to mow your yard for $30 or
I
whatever?
used to, like, they were
Just something.
$10, $5,
Yeah.
whatever, but I had money in my pocket, and had my little gas can. I was like 12, 10, no, 12,
That's
13
good.
years old, walk around the neighborhood, just mowing yards and collecting bottles. You know,
Nice,
you could
good
sell them
times.
And
bottles.
see, and I believe that we need to go back to glass bottles and do away with plastic.
You know that my father-in-law lived in Saudi Arabia for 15 years because he worked in the oil fields over there. And over there, they don't sell water. They don't sell plastic bottles. Everything's glass. You know,
I don't
because
see anything
of,
wrong with that.
he says, but of course, here, it would, you buy a bottle of water that's in glass, it's gonna be a little more expensive than these little cheap plastic ones. But these little cheap plastic ones end up in our sewer drains.
That's right,
That's
that's
it.
right.
They're all in
Plus-
there.
You know,
You go back and turn it in and you get 3 cents for every bottle you turn back in. What's an incentive? That's cool.
Their
I don't
milk,
see why
their
we should.
milk, my father-in-law said the milk, everything was in glass, like in the old days, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't know what's wrong with that, except the plastic company got involved with their,
well, you know, I think I was reading somewhere
Like
that
the
all of
doctors.
us, that
We're
all
getting
of us
cancer.
now, we all have microplastics in our systems, all of us.
Yeah.
Like, because of everything that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that is.
So
wrong.
this is the park department. I changed, so yours is a little bit different. Because there was a $19,000 that I moved from the old street fund, general street maintenance. There was like mowing specifically for the park.
Let me ask a question, and you two aldermen that are here can give me their feedback. I've reached out to Texas Parks and Wildlife about grants and stuff for different parks and stuff, and they said, well, the city has to have a designated park department. I think I've talked to you about it before. But we have to have at least one employee that kind of oversees.
Donna,
the
what's
park.
Donna doing? Donna, I woke Donna up.
Like currently, we don't have an employee in there, but the maintenance guys,
If we have one maintenance
we
guy
could
who's
just put their
responsible-
salary there because they are working there
Yeah.
and take it out of,
Clean it up.
Yeah.
And we, and
Street.
that, from what I've been told, now, of course, we would have to apply for the grant and see, but they were telling me that the city's audit issues would really impact
Hmm.
the parks department
Yeah.
for applying for grants, because it's kind of a different, it's hard for me to explain.
It has
because
different protocol in it.
Yeah, so he said that, you know, if we have a parks department, we have at least one person that works
That'd be
that department that we could actually, if we just have like if it's just a line item in our
Yeah.
budget,
But-
it's just a
but-
line item.
But
It's
it,
not technically a
well,
department, I guess.
it'd be good because then you got the park department, the lawnmower. that could be in there, the lawnmower, gas,
Yeah,
you know, and yeah.
And we kind of already have all that. We just don't have anybody.
You need
Assigned
assigned
to it.
Don't
employee.
have any,
Because we got the guy in the
Because
sewer
here we
department
have-
over there, we got
we have
Victor.
everything there. We have gas,
We got Victor over there, so just,
improvements, equipment.
and just make a park department,
We've
yeah.
got 70. Like that would be, I guess, the proposed. So we're projected to have 68,000 in maintenance salaries, which I think that's 2 guys' salaries because I moved out Jerry and Kyle.
Yeah.
They had been listed in maintenance for forever. And we finally moved them down into system.
Well,
But-
we can move one person.
I think it would be good to have 1 maintenance employee and then 1 park employee.
sure,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
just title only.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
they, everybody out there's gonna do everything, but
Yeah.
at least he's assigned
Yeah.
as, if there's questions we can ask.
Yeah, and they ever come audit, say, here's a park department, look, we got lawnmower, we got fuel, and
Mhm.
just for the park. Well, actually, we got 3 parks.
Do we have the salary thing like that in our packet or
I
not?
think
I
that
can print
if
out
she-
one.
that-
Well-
if she- It's easy enough to her to put one of our,
Our guys in there,
employees.
just put them in there.
Yeah.
and then, yeah, you would just
And they're
decide
still
who
within the
you want
general
to put
fund, so
over,
Yeah.
it's not really,
over that. And,
and I think even without even doing that, I think for audit purposes, I
Mhm.
guess they're not titled as that, but
But it wouldn't
they're
hurt.
still
Good
doing
idea.
It
it.
still wouldn't hurt.
Get a parks department, and you probably, it'll
That
come up
sounds
to us, like, when we do, you're doing that grant. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do have a park department, look, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
And that'd be a big plus.
yeah,
Mhm.
and we could, the Lily Fields, I mean,
Yeah.
that belongs to the city, but that could fall under the
Parks,
Parks
yeah.
Department as well.
And you got lights and all that little league, look, Windstorm Little League and all that, yeah.
And then we can go out and see if we can get grants from the Parks and Wildlife to do things at our parks, you know,
Okay.
put,
I'm working on a grant right now for EDC on Parks and Wildlife. We're working,
Oh, yeah,
we're
for the
working on it
parks,
right
so-
now.
Cool, I like that.
so we can do
Yeah.
that.
And you can
know,
do
we
that,
have an
Betsy.
employee there. I mean. we
I mean,
can-
there's a lot of stuff there, Mayor. I mean,
Yeah.
you got park department improvements, park department railroad.
Mhm.
It's already, actually, it's all,
It's already all there.
Yeah,
It's
just
there.
put it- just
Just
re-
that we just don't have a
rename it.
designated person there.
yeah, okay, that's all you gotta add, just a person. Yeah, I like
That
that.
works.
2 persons, like you said, Becky, 2, 1,
I mean, and if we got like grants to pay for, and because we could maybe get grants to actually pay for like
Sure.
a clerk or something.
Mhm.
We could have a clerk to oversee and everything and all the upgrades and stuff and do
Yeah.
something with the Little League Park. I mean, all that would fall under this department.
Yeah.
Like they do in other cities.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a good idea.
okay, sounds good.
Because in the grant that I'm working on right now, it does have to somebody, like, is there a designated person?
You
for
see,
the
there you
parks?
go.
I put
Yeah.
myself because we didn't have anybody.
Well, this would be good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I like that.
Mm.
Mhm.
I don't want to mention any names, but I mean, I think that if that person's willing to take that responsibility,
Okay,
you know, it's not going to be much different than what they're doing right now,
right,
you know.
No.
So
okay.
I think that would be a good person to talk to about it.
All right.
And then the permits one, I'm not sure what that's. It's just on a different.
We don't have anything there. Is that something that we could just?
I think that, I
that's
think I
different.
was thinking about making a permits fund to keep track of everything.
We can wait and see.
Get to
Try it.
minimize.
This one gonna go.
Well, I'm with you on minimizing for sure.
Well,
You want to stop at this one, or?
well, I think what we need to do is, since we're getting close to noon, is
Yeah, you got 10 minutes.
Ms. Lisa, if you could talk about the
Oh, what
projects
is
that,
You want to do that one?
yeah, the one that Ms.
Yeah,
Lisa worked
whatever.
on.
I don't care. We don't have everybody here.
It's gonna have to be discussed sooner or later.
We do the police department?
Not-
I don't really
he's wanting
have
to do
it.
something else.
The same
Oh, we doing something else?
as last year, same as last year on the police, and it's pretty much 29,000 is the.
Oh, are we doing that right now? Okay, sorry. I thought she was gonna do something else. I see it's 29,558.
And then,
Are the lawyers, is the judge and stuff in that? Oh, yeah, here it is.
yes, so we are spending,
Oh, police municipal.
um,
On the software, why, we still gotta keep the software up to date?
Well, they're using
so
it.
police is actually municipal court and police,
For the software?
I believe.
Yeah,
Are we gonna
Yes.
change?
I'm thinking they have to have, oh, you mean, are you gonna change out of
Yeah,
whatever that,
fund code or we gonna
get into M code?
What?
On the municipal or anything?
What about,
Move it
I
into
was reading
Encode.
this, I'm
No,
sorry.
move it into
end
Encode.
code?
I'll get away from
Move their
FundView.
software into an N code.
Because that's what you
Oh,
know.
I think
We
she was,
just got
She was
access.
going
yeah, we
to.
just
to
got
their
access in
merchant.
one, and she was looking into it with Encode, but it's gonna be like
Anything with
getting
N
away
code's
from
expensive.
FundView to Encode, God,
Yeah.
and even the judge wants that. She
It should have
really
been
does.
done a long time ago. I
It should
argued
have never
about that.
changed
Well,
because y'all had it
I didn't
already.
have the decision. I was overruled.
No, because you wanted it. 'cause
I wanted N code because it tied in.
Yeah,
Chief and the clerk convinced
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
that
Because they have,
And it's never
it's just not
tied
compatible.
right, because it's currently, and we don't have access to it.
yeah.
No,
The
and that was
finance
my
doesn't.
problem.
So
And
how
that's
would
a
we convert?
problem.
How much would it cost to convert?
I don't know if Encode wants to. I don't think neither one of them, right? I don't think they want to.
They don't want to go
Convert.
into, convert
But
from
what was it that
FundView.
they said?
FundView to
I thought we asked them.
I think the judge wants to convert.
No, I'm talking
Oh.
about Encode itself.
Encode
Like,
wanted-
didn't we
do
reach out
they
to
want
them and
to?
tell them like it
Uh,
was gonna be a lot? And
I had asked for like a quote on it, but I never did hear back anything.
Well, just get back, because the only thing that would be is data transfer. Taking data that's still open, cases that are already still open on FundView, moving them over into Encode.
It should be
Now,
less.
Yeah, I mean, it could be to where we just say, you know what, whatever's still in Encode is gonna stay there until we close it out. Either we collect that money or we just
Or
say,
you
you know what, we're
need
washing it off.
FundView.
Yeah.
But anything starting September 1st, anything having to do with the
Start-
court,
yeah, that's what
it's
I-
gonna go like the ordinance
Start up
violation.
anew.
The-
We're going into.
The
Brand new.
problem is that Encode has the municipal court data in it
Okay.
as of the date they stopped using it.
Right.
So if they switched it from FundView, anything that's been closed out through FundView,
Won't transfer.
if it gets put back into Encode,
Mhm.
it would be
Well, we
like
won't.
old data and new data and
What you said, start
I would
Yeah,
say
we
not,
won't.
not do that. I would
We
just say
won't
start with
transfer.
Start
current, everything
fresh.
that's there right now.
start with a fresh budget.
And I don't know if Encode could do that because I've been wanting to start fresh and let's just
No kidding.
move everything. into
If
a
you
new
pay them, they're
system.
gonna do it. I
Yeah.
mean, come on, you know.
It's just that the biggest cost would be I mean, think about, I mean, like and you've probably been there too before, where we've transferred from, one system to the new system, when we went into JCMS from the previous system. Well, all that data, all the archive data had to be moved into JCMS, which is our system. And the company that, I guess, the state, whoever, just comes and they move that data over. So it may not be data that can be like accessed on Encode as far as, because what you said, it might show it as October 1st versus September, 2025 or something. It might show up a little bit different. But it can be archived, if nothing else, so where we could go and check
Right.
it if we wanted to.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, good
Yeah, we
archive.
could archive
We don't need
into-
it.
Yeah,
Everybody,
we
the
get
cloud,
Yeah,
yeah,
put it in the cloud.
archive it, and then
Yeah.
if we need to access it, we can. In the meantime, anything starting
And then
on
just start
September.
fresh.
September 1st, anything that we pick up, any ordinance violations, anything
That'd be the best thing.
Yeah.
any old cases that.
So you gotta find out how much it's gonna cost us to do that?
I
To
can't-
allocate it?
If they can move the data over and it's not gonna throw things off, then let's
I think
do it.
that. it's
Well, and
probably-
see, that would be my problem, is when they transfer to convert the old stuff, that's when problems happen.
Yep.
Because that's what kicked our butt back then.
Yeah, I think it should start fresh.
Yeah, oh no, absolutely.
I like that. I like that.
I like that idea.
I like that idea because everybody's on the same page.
Mhm.
At least that's what we are here.
Yeah.
So I guess, so in Encode, it has police and it has police municipal, but they're kind of the same.
The same.
Same, okay.
So are these gonna be like moved into the same, or are we just gonna keep them separate so we know what the difference is?
Probably for now, I'll probably keep
Leave
it
it
like
alone.
this,
Okay.
because
That's fine. That's okay.
when we get time, I'd like to move them, but.
I understand, but for right now, for the sake of what we're doing, this is fine.
I would like to put the judge, our attorney on part-time, hourly. We're paying too much for him to do nothing.
I think,
Yeah, because we're paying,
Mhm.
I mean, we're paying him, and he don't, how many times did he even come up here?
so we paid
The prosecutor-
16,000, I think.
The 18,000 right here. Well, that's a lot of
And
money.
that's just half of it, because he gets, this is the portion that he gets paid for
Municipal.
municipal. This
Right.
isn't his portion that he gets paid.
I think-
municipal, I think
Is
you
the-
pay 3,500, is that a month,
I'm not-
35? Or 3? I think it's
I
35.
think it was 35.
And I think the municipal covers like 2,500 initially, and then the city covered 1,000. But since we're not running court, I think if we went to like some of the other, like
An hourly
hourly,
basis.
where when he comes here, we pay him for his time.
Yeah.
Or when we have court, we pay him for his time. Other than that, I guess we could even.
Because he, to me, I don't know.
We could still, I mean, if you all wanted to, we could open it up and just put what's it called?
Bid out for,
RFP
Yeah.
or RFQ.
Yeah.
And then just see, he can.
bid just like everybody
just
else.
Like everyone else and see.
So I would think
'Cause I don't know what
Going
other
rate
cities are
for-
paying.
a prostitute would be like 300 or 400 bucks an hour.
So how often do
They get together.
you and you
So that's,
contact the attorney for things? A lot?
if it's
'Cause he
$400
paid
an hour, we paid for 40 hours for
We-
this year at
Most of the time,
16,000.
most of the time, what Ms. Lisa and I will do is if there's a question, like a legal question, a lot of times we try to get TMLs.
Okay, right.
Chat
They have-
GPT.
TML has a lot of different lawyers, right? And we always get somebody different who specializes in a particular
Right.
field. So we'll get a response from TML, but they always say you might need to
Of course,
confer
you
with
need to
your.
contact your
So what
city
we'll
law
do is,
attorney.
we'll send that information to Effie and say, hey, we have this is what TML, do you agree with their, and he'll, yeah.
So it's very limited on what he would have to look at.
Yeah, maybe really, because TML is so accessible, and I know Miss Lisa, and where we reached out to him and 3 days later, we'll get a call back or an email back, which is difficult to wait when it's like urgent.
Exactly, I know.
I know, did you send him an urgent email? Did he
And he
respond?
responded right back.
You did?
He did,
So,
and he's on vacation, so
Well, that's
he
good.
responded right back.
That's nice to know.
Look, we got
Another
we got
thing
an
for-
EDC attorney. He's pretty freelance and we could even call him and he's very versatile in this stuff here. We use him. Well, you've been in our EDC. He's pretty knowledgeable.
I think he's real knowledgeable as far as EDC. I don't know how much further his knowledge could go as far as certain things. He
Well, he's
may
been-
not.
He's been a
but-
deputy city attorney before.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, he has
Yes.
been.
Yeah, he was for Taft.
Yeah, but he, with all that stuff in, he said, I'm out.
Yeah, he does.
He saw the writing
So he's been a city attorney too.
and he
And
knows us already.
And the only reason that I like to go to TML sometimes directly is because, there's been instances where I've reached out to our attorney and then I get a response back, but it's usually he's forwarding TML's response to
Exactly.
me. So it's like, well, let me just go to TML first, see what
Yes.
they
Right.
say, and
Yeah.
then I'll get with our attorney and see if he agrees or doesn't, or disagrees.
Yeah.
And if there are any, disagreements between what they say and what our attorney, being that he's been with the city for a while, if there's any disagreements, then we'll try to, but TML is, I think that over the 3 years that I've been here, I've spoken to 4 different attorneys at TML, because they always say, well, you know what, let me send you to so-and-so, and she's kind of the expert in that field or whatever. So
Open
they have-
records, open
Yeah, they have
meetings.
specialty
Yeah.
attorneys
Yeah.
there because they do different Zoom meetings. That's where
Yeah,
I've been on several of those, and they're specifically
Specific.
about certain things. Mhm.
like Longley, Bill,
Longley, yeah.
Bill, he's very knowledgeable about everything, but sometimes even he will say, hey, let me have you talk to this person, they could probably help you
Yeah,
better.
we
So-
pay them anyway, so.
Mhm.
I would say like, go and maybe put in the next, council
Have an
meeting,
RFQ or something.
go and put in as an agenda item to look for, I hate to say,
To discuss.
to discuss.
Yeah, and just put it out for bid, and if we do, he's been with us for a long time, he could
He could always bid on it too.
bid on it too.
Sure.
Let's just see where.
Well, he's in a lot of cities, so he might say, hey, this is my way to get out. I got like 8 cities.
Mhm. All right.
One like minor thing, so traditionally we've split the electricity, gas and everything with municipal EMS and
Mhm,
police.
mhm.
Does it make sense for us still to do an allocation like that?
Why did we do it last year?
For budget wise, I would think so, but
Or should it be maybe 80% the police department, just because that part's bigger and EMS is smaller? Or should it be 50% EMS, 50% municipal? Or just leave it the way we've been doing it?
well, they're not really using anything on PD right now.
Because I think it would be good to track, that way we know
Mhm.
how much it would cost.
Right now, I would think, and we can always go back and amend, but I would think right now, 80, maybe 80-20. 75-25.
With that part being 75 being,
Ours or the city's responsibility through that line item here. And then the other would go to the EMS.
Mhm. Yeah.
See, once again, the EMS is getting a free ride,
and the EMS probably runs it cooler
I'm sure.
because they're there all the time where Patricia's
Mhm.
going back and forth.
Yeah. Well, they think that it might be, maybe it needs to be a little more for EMS.
Yeah, because they're there 24 hours a day.
Maybe 60-40.
Or maybe we get different gauges.
And I know there's going to be more discussion. I know there wants to be more discussion about this police department and reinstating the police department and everything. So it's kind of difficult to say, okay, well, if we stay the status quo, this is where we are right here.
Mhm.
But if we're going to move forward with reinstating the police department, first of all, there is no limit to our, and I think I forwarded the email to everyone, our police department's license is basically inactive, and there's no deadline. It'll stay inactive until we decide to reactivate it. So there is no, oh, we got to do it now, or we're going to lose that. Because the new process at the last legislative session that they did, they added some new guidelines, an amendment to, and one of it, we have to meet certain guidelines. It
Right,
doesn't matter
right.
if we're starting from scratch, reinstating, or if we already have a department in place, like some of the cities. Every year, they're gonna have an inspection and all their records and everything will have to be kept, up to par. you're gonna have to show that you have the sustainable revenue to maintain it. You're gonna have to have all your records in place for every employee, make sure they're all getting it. So they'll come like they do in the jails, once a year to do an annual inspection. T-Cole, because they run into so many problems with a lot of these smaller police departments where record keeping is not very good. And our last police department record keeping was not very good either. That's why we had issues with the grant. So it doesn't matter if we do it now or we do it 5 years from now, the process is going to be the same. We still have to show that we financially, that we're in a position to sustain it for a minimum of at least 5 years. Because there's no point, like the person up at, I can't remember his name, Minor, I guess his last name, said it's really no point for some of these small cities who want to start a police department and then 2-3 years down the road, they realize they can't afford it and they're shutting it down. And then, well, now we can afford it. So then now they want to start it back up, but then they find out that, they can't, so now they're shutting it down. He says that because of that, the state decided to put this new amendment that was supposed to be signed yesterday by whoever it is. Who's the one that?
Is it the proposed 37 TAC 211-16-2? Is that what it says proposed on it? Is that what you're?
Yeah, let me see.
Proposed 37 TAC 211.
Yeah, the Texas Administrative Code 211.16.
Can you send that to everybody?
He sent it to everybody yesterday, but I can print it out. I think I can.
And basically what she said, this is a Sergeant, Sergeant Pace in Austin. She said, the Odem Police Department is currently listed as inactive in TCLIDs. Before the agency can be reactivated, T-Code agency inspection must be conducted, and the department must demonstrate compliance with all minimum standards outlined in the Texas Administrative Code 211.16. I have attached the proposed update rule that will go before the commission for final approval this month. So sometime this month it's going to the commission for final approval, which I don't think it's going to be an issue. Additionally, she says, if we have a department that's already active, all T-Code personnel files must be reviewed to ensure they are complete, properly organized, and contain all required documentation. Compliance with these requirements must be verified before the agency can be considered for reactivation. So even if it's approved here, they still have to come and look at our finances, they have to look at, what we have in place to even activate it. And then they will decide whether they're going to give us permission to, if they feel that we are in a position to activate it. So I know this is going to be a discussion item. I think Alderman Garza, Vicky, Virginia wants it on the agenda for this month's meeting.
Let's come send her that right there. Send her that and make sure she responds to it.
Well, it's been sent to everyone.
So I can read it. Not that I doubt you. I just want to read for myself. I don't doubt what you're saying at all, but I want
So,
to make sure I understand everything.
Yeah.
that was directly from Sergeant Pace, she's in charge of this region now. She's out of Austin.
And is she T-Code?
She's T-Code.
She's T-Code, okay.
It used to be Minor, I think Daryl Minor.
Okay.
He's out of Corpus, but he's not in charge of this region anymore. They have, because of this new amendment to the TAC, they've assigned different regions.
So is that the checklist right there?
That's a
Yes.
checklist,
Oh, cool.
and I sent that to everyone as well.
Well, it seems like me,
I
like
just need to move it over so I can print it.
myself,
I think I'm printing it.
I'm starting at 141
I thought I was
school
gonna print it from here.
and I'm doing the same thing.
It doesn't
I mean,
matter.
we're starting from scratch. We gotta do,
Pretty
fill out every little thing.
It used to be
So
nice to
we
me.
would probably fall under, well, this would be for, if we already had anything in place.
So you gotta go start like scratch one.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of time.
So it doesn't matter if we do it now or we do it 2 years from now. When I think that we'll probably be in a better position financially, because we're already, every year, we've been in, like I said, we've been in a deficit every year. It's out of paper.
Your copier over there.
Yeah.
You
What?
guys.
Well, you printed all this stuff for us, that's probably why it's out of
Yeah,
paper.
you ran out of everything.
We need to set up Ms. Donna's printer to be able to,
Are you set up in Donna's phone?
Like I was set up whenever it was over there,
yeah,
but
But not over here.
whenever I
Once
try
it
to
got
connect
moved,
to it,
it won't let you.
it was,
It's
It's probably
giving
not.
her, it's
And it
giving
could
her
be
ugly
just-
faces.
I haven't connected to it in a while.
Yeah, 'cause it's got
Excuse me.
paper, it's ready.
Yeah, but I don't think
Every
it's
time for me to take a pill.
So, and I don't know if this is probably the spot to talk about
No, we're
The-
finished.
the dog,
Oh, the animal
the
control.
animal control.
Yeah,
That's a big, big, ugly
that's a
issue.
The
different.
fees are going up. I haven't gotten the
Yeah.
interlock agreement yet. He's supposed to send it to me this week,
Okay.
but the fees have gotten up. They went up.
And what
Here.
department does that
I'm
go
They'll be
to?
here on the 7th. I know.
Maintenance, I guess. Or-
Yeah.
I know. My grandkids are waiting for me.
Back when we
I
had
know
it,
you're
I think it was like under
Okay.
general.
I need to go pick up a, you gotta go to, I need to go pick up a pole.
But I guess are there any wish lists that need to go
Flagpole.
on that?
I'm gonna.
Donna has
go this
one,
weekend.
But I think you already know her.
You saw mine, mine look good.
Donna's
right?
good
But for
on
the-
for.
For the
Dude,
dog,
that's
I
what-
need to
like,
Oh,
put
for
the
the
other one.
dog.
I
in
want the
there?
guys to do it.
I'll figure out how we're gonna do it. And then I'll let
Do
her
we
know.
have
And
a
then-
designated
I might
area?
have to get.
And then
different
as
pipe.
far as
They need to be up this week.
Yeah.
raises go, if we're getting 2 people that are gonna be certified, or there's 3, is there compensation that goes with that?
Stipend,
For code,
Code
I
enforcement.
would say,
Yeah, or
I
they
would
Or
get
say,
the
like
that-
basic
a,
training.
I would say something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
They
I
have
think
to.
so. I mean, I think so. They're getting certified to do
So
something.
we
You know,
know, like a
it's just back
licensed-
in the old days, remember, Becca, we used to, like, if somebody did something extra, we gave them extra money.
yeah, like a license.
If they went for another license,
Yes,
yeah, we
yeah,
would increase them
But I
like
think
50 cents an
Yeah.
hour or
Jerry
something.
got like additional for like the license for like the mosquitoes.
yeah,
Right.
we did give them a little,
If you put forth that effort to go,
yeah.
you know, like we paid for Hobby to do all of that and gave him, and then he brought it all back to us and said he don't want to do that.
So
No, but
I asked them
the
if we paid
code
$1 million,
enforcement
would he
officer's
do it?
gonna be
He
doing
He said
that,
no,
the rabies stuff.
Hobby
Hobby
is-
does that.
likes where he is.
Yeah.
No more, no less.
Eh,
He's just
he-
not,
for
he's not
sure
an
he'll
ambitious.
do no more.
No. No, I know, but I think that's
What he thinks.
no, I think it's just their talent, because Carlos is like that. Carlos has been at HEB for like 25 years.
Yeah.
and then.
Good for him.
Yeah, you're right. If he goes on different tasks, he'll throw
There's
them
no
off.
multitasking with them.
I'm assuming the garbage is gonna stay about the same.
I bet.
Or it'll probably go up by the,
In
Oh,
October
hey,
or
did you-
something.
Did
4%.
you hear the lady for the contract? We're supposed to get a new contract.
I have to look at it.
But he said, talk to Bob, he says basically be the same.
Yeah.
but I know we had talked about, we still wanted
Until
to
they
look-
do their
to look at
4%.
No, he says it's pretty much.
They're not gonna do it?
the fees on it. So we will come
We
back
got some new girl
to that.
that's gonna be doing it.
And that is another place where a salary or a portion of a salary could be allocated, because there's a lot of work that's done in regard to the garbage.
I would love
In the
to
office.
incorporate recycling, but, because I'm a recycling, but I do a lot of recycling, carry.
I do it because we have the extra trash can,
See,
and
we
it's
don't.
trash can that I'm not.
Well,
I
we
can
could,
use
we
it
could talk to, you
for
never
the
know,
other-
I think, we
Get a
started.
price
how
on
much
it
the
again.
service-
Yeah.
People didn't want it,
Yeah.
but that was back
With the
when.
newer
that's what- back
people
when
coming
our
in.
Well, now everybody,
Previous city,
We'll have to get,
previous city secretary was here, we did a survey.
What did you
Don't do a
get?
survey, just
Isidro?
do it.
Isidro to come to the library and connect it to the LAN line, like the main
Uh-huh.
internet line, whatever. That's what
For
it's
that?
missing.
Excuse me,
Yeah, there's no LAN line.
but I'd like
connected
to
it.
get a proposal for
So
that
if you can
because
get a sheet drill, because you might
about-
have to run some new wires, so like that, you'll be able to print off of your computer on there as well.
That'll
But the
work.
sheet drill comes.
Well, in Zoom, though, we go through like 10, 15 balls a day.
And then
well,
the next
know.
we have is the water.
it
I thought we're through.
it just kills me that all these
This is the
people
last
have
one,
3,
but there
4,
are some
5
big
garbage
parts in
cans,
it.
and if they
Oh, this is
recycle,
so. Street
I take
green,
about 4 bags a month over there.
So I moved Jerry and Kyle down here.
Okay.
So just the amounts. So the budget was already in there.
Okay, and then you got the contractor worker in there?
that is
The
something.
contractor is currently in like water repairs or sewer repairs. I'm gonna try to get a better breakout
He
of
should be
that.
he should be in the sewer, right? The contractor, our contractor does the sewer?
Yeah, that's why he does both. But this is what I've been talking to.
I look at
This,
the water.
I'm gonna try to get a breakout of, because what is the sewer repair and water repair? Like,
What we,
One stinks, the other one doesn't.
well, no, as far as like what goes into that, because that's rental, that's labor, that's PPE, that's traveling. So we're gonna try to get that broken out to where y'all can see, get better data on it. So these are the ones that I created, the new accounts.
Okay.
So most of those water repairs and sewer repairs will be between like contract labor, contract equipment operated, the fuel for the mobilization, their washout and disposal fees, and material PP&E. That way we can see it better.
so let me kind of run this by you guys here on YouTube. We've been talking about, a lot of cities will put it out for bid to these contractors. And basically it's a kind of a standard thing where you tell us what you're gonna charge for man hours when you come out to do a sewer repair, or water repair. For equipment rental, if you have to bring your equipment, what are you gonna charge us for your equipment? What are you gonna charge us for? What's your increase on parts? And, if you're gonna do a 10% or 15% increase on parts and materials for repairs. And then get into maybe a 3-year contract with a vendor, with a particular vendor. So we could keep him, because we never know what they're gonna charge us.
No, I know.
It's
And
like,
it's expensive.
yeah, one day they come, they fix one line, it's a $3,000 job, and then they come and fix something else. It's a little similar, to me, it looks similar, but it's almost $10,000 repair. And it's like, well, hold on, this doesn't,
And they can
Why?
explain it to you, but it's going,
yeah. So we could just know ahead of time, if we contract with a vendor or vendors to do specific jobs, we know already, we have them first tied in for 3 years, 2 to 3 years. And this is what they're gonna charge for labor costs. This is what they're gonna charge for, because there was one job that they did in somebody's backyard, out in Vista, and they charged us for a project manager. But I was out there, there was no project manager out there. Maybe he might be driving back and forth between jobs, but I never saw him. I never saw the project manager there. Maybe he was on the phone, but they charged us for his time. So I think that that's not fair to the city.
So that would keep us from having to have a license, correct?
Well,
I think
Someone
so.
with a
I-
license,
yeah, I
because
mean-
they should be licensed.
yeah, if it's
You
gonna
know, we
be,
had that kind of, when I first came,
Like, we should be able to operate the equipment.
they did it, well,
what
they
to do
did
the repairs
everything.
and stuff.
They were the utility department
Yeah.
that, and they had one person, they had the lead, and then they had 2 workers. And I don't know why we stopped it, except that I think Billy Joe got upset with them.
Like the day-to-day operations, I think the day-to-day operations, like
handle.
maintaining,
Right,
we're doing a good
but to call
job.
them out for maintenance and repairs and
Yeah.
stuff like that, it's worth a try.
Can you get somebody, if I reach out to somebody, can you have them on the agenda for 2 weeks?
See why not?
I'm gonna get them right now. Because
I mean,
we
it's
talked to him before. I think he remembers us. We weren't there at this thing. And that's what they do. That's their main job. I think they have tapped or.
And I think a lot of small cities do that.
Yeah, I get it.
And,
That's a good, I'm glad you brought
Yeah,
that
they
up.
So-
oversee it.
Yes,
right.
and he's been
Yeah.
hounding on
And
it.
it takes the pressure off the guys here because they can still maintain, but these other people contracted for, like EMS.
Well, because it also helps Betsy, because right now, they send us an invoice, and the invoice just says, labor hours,
Yeah.
like rental equipment, parts, materials, or whatever. But then when we enter it into Encode, it's just a total balance, right?
Right.
Well, we need to have it broken down, so like
Right.
that, we know we spent $10,000 on equipment. Well, shoot, maybe we should just buy a piece of equipment,
Right.
if we're having to pay somebody.
Exactly.
Stuff like that. Right now, we just put in, okay, it was $3,000 job, but what did that $3,000 job entail? How much of it was labor?
Breakdown,
How much
right.
was,
And I don't know why they
Yeah.
don't break stuff down, but they do, a lot of them don't like to do that.
well, we don't have it set up in
And
the
we should have it as a
system.
requirement
To do that.
for the city to, you need.
That's like when we
Broken
spent
down
$700,000 at one point.
Yeah, so if we know in advance, like we're in agreement, we have a contract with this vendor,
Mhm.
we know in advance, this is what he's gonna charge us for labor. This is what he's gonna charge us if he has to go rent a piece of equipment, if he doesn't have it. And this is gonna be the increase on materials. Because a lot of times, Miss Lisa will send the guys, you know what, you go buy the material, go buy the clamp or whatever, because they're gonna jack it up.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
clamp may be $200, but they charge us almost 400 for it. It's like, you know what, Jerry, go get the part, and we'll pay for it through Core Main or whatever,
Right.
and then they install it, because the markup is so high, So if we know in advance, Miss Betsy can have it in the system broken down like that. So anytime we have a job, we know more or less. Miss Lisa will be able to say, okay, well, this is gonna be about a 3-4 hour job.
Yeah.
They're gonna have, so she might even, before they even start that, we'll have an
of
idea.
what the cost.
Mhm.
I'm open to looking at that.
Okay, here he is. He's got Matt Sullivan. No.
And then I don't know, I need to check to see what's, because we have like
Let me look.
10,000 budgeted.
That's what they do.
7,000 budgeted for water connections and taps. And we haven't received any taps.
But we're fixing to,
I'll send you his
connection.
contact information.
whenever we have,
He's been calling me, but hey, remember? And you're right.
with these new ones coming up.
And it could be that maybe they're going to it. They
Well, the
may be
taps-
landing in a different code.
The taps have already been made, but the contractor did them. Like when they tapped into our sewer line for the new neighborhood, we didn't have to go and do that. They did it. We just kind of oversaw it.
But don't we pay, don't they come and pay for a water tap?
Yeah.
Don't
we're supposed to
the
pay for it.
developer or whoever, they have to come and pay for that water tap.
I
They
don't
can
know.
put it in, but they have to come to the city and and pay for the water tap.
Yeah, I don't know if they,
And the connections, a
'cause
sewer,
they did,
they have to pay for a sewer tap,
Yep.
water tap, and the connections.
That's the company that contractor back in the day didn't pay for all that.
well,
That's
got-
all part
yeah,
of
we'll
it.
have to, I guess, look it up to see if they came in and
'Cause
paid,
like,
because they did the work. I mean, we didn't have
Inside
to do it.
city is like
And maybe it
$500
might
for a
be-
water tap, outside $750,
Yeah.
maybe
It
even
may
more
be
than
all
that.
lumped into a different code.
Well,
It may be in like
we
the
need-
permits.
I would
code or
like to see
something.
line item on those. I'm sorry, I'm maybe being difficult or whatever, but
Not with new
I'd
houses,
like to see what our,
but like
the
city
water
new
tap
houses coming in.
Yeah.
That'd be a good point.
Well,
yeah.
'cause all
Yeah,
the
'cause,
new
well, we
houses-
paid $50,000 for all those water meters.
Well, but did they come and get the water tap,
Well,
the sewer tap?
the main water and sewer tap
But no,
was
the city
done,
paid for that.
For the,
When did we agree on
to the
paying for
main,
it for them?
Well, I guess we had to purchase them. So.
Okay, we
should be-
paid for
we
them,
should
but
be
see, they
getting-
should
We should be
then,
getting the money back from it, I guess. is what I'm
that's what
saying.
I want to see, is where they came and paid for that water tap.
because they only do is
It's
one.
it's a fee up
Yeah,
there.
it's only one tap for the whole neighborhood. They put it, they connected to our main water line. That was
So
the
with the
tap, and then
connections,
sewer.
I
the
understand, but
money
they
that-
still have to, each
Yeah.
one have a tap at their house.
No, that's just a meter.
Well, that's a water tap.
Yeah, well, we're charging for that, for the.
Okay, that's what
meter
I'm talking
installs.
about. For that meter to be set, that's a
Because
water
right now,
tap.
we've only
This is-
received $20.
And for the sewer to be
according to
connected,
this.
that's a sewer tap. And
So we
that's
are
money we get.
We are. Let me see what that is. Because the meter connections. Where's the meter?
And it could, because the new cashiering system is not real detailed,
Well, we need,
and I'm trying to
them to
get
fix
them,
it.
I've been
absolutely.
on their request list since
Hey, you guys got
beginning
direct
of
deposit?
April.
Y'all got direct deposit?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna be able to put y'all on there eventually, and maybe some other
Good, then I don't have to.
bigger vendors.
I love coming to see the ladies. Give me
Is
that.
that why you did?
Yeah, I love coming to see the ladies.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
whatever. Give everybody a hard time.
Because there should be, they are paying for us to go install those new meters at these new houses. But I don't know where that falls.
It should be under taps.
And all the lots have already
And I
tapped
know some,
into their sewer line.
And there should be a sewer tap
There should be
fee.
like,
There should be a sewer tap fee for that.
unless they were all done the last year.
well,
Well-
see, this is kind of where, this is Fifth Street here.
Mhm.
So we have a water line that runs this way
Mhm.
towards Bethel.
Mhm.
And then we have a sewer line that runs in the ditch this way towards
Okay.
Bethel.
Mhm.
And this is the new neighborhood here.
Mhm.
So they did all the sewer for all the houses, right? All those are connected to each other.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then they ran from this, then they ran a main line this way, and then they dug across the street and connected the main, their sewer line
Mhm.
to here. So this is where the tap was connected. All these were done as part of the development. So all
Okay.
these were not done by
Okay.
us.
Then whoever comes and buys that particular property to put a house on, they have to pay a water tap and a sewer tap and a
Well, the sewer's
connection.
already tapped. Yeah. The
I know,
sewer's
but
already
they have to
connected.
tap into.
The
it's
sewer's
going
already
into-
connected.
I understand, but it's going into their name. It's gonna be in their name at that house. They have to pay water, sewer, and connection. Even though you're already here, I understand. But each individual owner, when they buy that house, they have to pay water, even though it's connected. They have to pay for it.
Oh,
But you're right, 'cause like I said, we gotta get money somehow.
yeah.
And
Well, I
it
know-
could
They
be,
They
He
get
can
a
pay
fee.
$100,000 to do all of that, and that's fine. But each owner then has to have a water and
like the
sewer tap.
house to connect to whatever line it's
Absolutely,
been put in.
absolutely.
Yeah, the meter
And it
is,
could be part of the, there's
So
a
have they been
permits
doing that or
line.
have they not been doing that?
I don't know.
There is a permits line item, and I don't know if maybe that,
We need to
Maybe
look at work orders.
maybe it might have
or
been put
something.
into permits and not put,
because I don't even
it might be
know
on a different line
if
item.
Meadowbrooks
She,
was paying for,
they, do-
But
she does, she
some of
doesn't
them
pay
got
for each
waived.
individual,
some of them got waived though.
But that was
Right in
just,
their bill.
only hers,
yeah.
Hers.
only
she came in-
Oh, no,
hers.
no, I'm talking about Meadowbrooks.
Oh, you're talking Meadowbrooks. No, the same
No,
thing
no.
had to happen to them.
Somehow.
They
I
had,
felt-
they had it all tied, but each person had to pay their own water tap, their own sewer tap.
And how much is that?
Whatever the fee schedule is, it used to be 500 for
Like
inside
the
the
water tap
city.
is basically connecting
And
the water
like
meter.
200 for a sewer tap, and then a connection fee of $20.
I don't remember all those fees.
I'd have,
being told.
unless they've been taken down over there, they used to be up
Yeah,
over the calendar in there.
and then,
But you have it on your fees.
Yeah.
It's on your fee schedule. Because you'll see a water
Okay,
tap
now we're
fee.
losing money out of that.
We are.
and
If
it may,
that's not been done, but
may
somebody's dropped the
have-
ball
it
since I
may
was
have
here.
just been done, but we haven't, because this is only through May. And some of them, like those houses, I don't know how,
Okay, but what
how many
about,
people have connected at those, at
Okay,
that new
but
area.
what about, since I was here, I left in December 21, and now, how many of those have been charged? Now, Angela should know better.
Yeah, you'll have to go with the ankle and find out.
But
No.
that's a give.
That's
That's
a lot of
money
money.
to the city.
Mhm.
The same as the, what is it, the $1,700 or $1,800 that they have to, what is that fee?
It's $1,800, right?
Isn't it 1,800 or something that we're waiving for Lori, but it's only Lori. But they have to pay
But the
that.
taps,
as a
the
developer.
budget was 30,000 and 25 for the permit. Connections was 10, that was 24, 25 budget.
Mhm. And that, those may be just individual water connections, but everybody,
Mhm.
So like
now, once it's
9/30/22,
set,
there was 7,300
See, when I got my house,
connections,
I had
20,000
to
in
come to the,
taps.
I had,
That's right.
I still got that.
Yeah.
It's like, I had to come pay for that.
right, but
17.
now, say that person then sells their house, then next person doesn't have to do anything, it's already been done.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's the initial setup. So once it's been done, that's it.
So we're looking here.
So then the new subdivision should have been paying the person.
Each one of them should have, and there should be work orders on,
System
over here on Meadowbrook
sewer,
about all of that,
System water connections. and
on,
system
on
water
their
tap.
work.
So here's your 21, 22, 23, 24 connection.
Yeah, see
And then
that?
taps 11,
Yeah,
20.
So if you look at,
17.
if you look at 4-201, says system sewer, system water connections, and system water taps. There are numbers there.
where did I go? I left.
System sewer tap permits, there's nothing there.
Yeah, that's,
But the water taps, budgeted 12,000. Yeah, we need to look at that.
yeah,
Yeah, because that's a lot
that's
of
money
money.
lost if we don't have it.
Yeah, I wrote it down. I'm gonna
No
ask
wonder.
Angela about it.
Yes.
And get with Destiny too, since she's the one
And
that
if you
does the
need-
permits.
If you need my help, I'll be
I
glad to
just
come and
don't
look and help you look
remember
for it, but
about a sewer tap. I don't remember hearing, but you know, of course I can't hear very well, but I don't remember.
Well, I mean,
hearing
usually
that.
they come in
It
and
could,
just,
it may be just included up in the
in another
permits.
hole,
Yeah.
So it may be sitting up there in the general fund and it needs to be moved
be
down.
moved
Right.
down.
And I have a feeling that's probably what's
I'd like to
going on.
hope that it is, but that, if not, then
so
Which that would help.
since we
our
are,
system revenue.
since we are kind of already,
Because outside
Right.
cities, 750 or 1,000 for a tap.
But the big expenses are the ones that are coming, the request,
I'm,
and that's what he said.
I'm gonna interrupt, just, for instance, out in Angelita, John McGregor developed all of that.
Yeah.
Okay? And I had special, documents from him that for everybody that bought a piece of property, he paid for their water tap. He came in and paid for their water tap and connection, so they didn't have to. But even though he paid to develop it and have the water lines moved out there, it's on his contract thing that he paid for their water connection and their, and the water tap. They don't have sewer, but he paid that $500 for everyone that came in there that started out
so
there.
get with Destiny, because Destiny does a lot of those permits.
Yeah.
You know, they might be coming in, you know, and just getting it done, and it's just maybe going into the wrong line item there.
Yeah.
You
So,
know, and if not, then we just need to get with the developer and the builder out there and say, hey, look, you know, this wasn't collected, you know, this is what you owe.
Yeah, this is what I see now with the
And
new
they should be
cashiering
used to it, they
system.
know.
It's just,
Yeah,
They
they,
know.
but they ain't gonna tell you. That they,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just see this now. Where I used to see data about house this, permit this, da, da, da.
oh,
But now it's just generic.
oh, dear.
yeah, she
Yeah.
usually-
And
Yeah.
that's in code. I've been trying to get them to
Well,
like, how
but-
can
Then we
we
need
get that
to
info?
see if
Yeah.
Encode to break that out into water and sewer and stuff like that. So they can do that. They
Yeah.
work with these great big cities.
Oh, yeah, they know. Miss Lisa, can you go over
Like it
that?
breaks it down in probably on the utility side. I'm like, I want it broken down in the liquor side.
So there are some things that Miss Lisa wants to go over with.
Okay.
Do you have copies of everything? For
Yes,
everyone?
We
I
have,
think she passed, I think they're in the packet.
Yeah, that's at the front, but not at the front of our packet.
So these are some things that when TCQ came out, actually I reached out to TCQ to come and kind of look at some things that we had and give us their recommendation on how to move forward to avoid penalties. So instead, they sent us to it's an individual out of Houston that works with TCQ. He's a consultant. So like that, because basically if TCQ comes out, yeah, they're gonna tell you this needs to be fixed, but you're gonna accrue, fines if things are not done. So again, with the consultant will come out, they'll do everything, they'll give you, kind of recommendations of what needs to be upgraded, so you don't accrue any fines. Unfortunately, there was a situation where they, 23, when we had them come up, and we had some issues, and we had a set, but there was a previous set in 2019 that I know we've been told several times that it was closed out. I'll hand it over to Lisa because she's the one that actually spoke to TCQ about this, and
Yeah, so what happened was that when I sent the staff of 2023, and I sent an email, they contacted me like immediately and they set up a meeting, but they didn't want to set up a meeting for the staff of the 2023, they wanted to set up a meeting for the staff of 2019. So they said, yeah, we cannot discuss the 2023 staff until we close out the 2019. So during that week, I submitted all these invoices to them. So what they said was because we already have passed the 5-year mark of sending them the invoices, we're probably still going to be responsible for the penalty fee. So during that conversation, I think it was $60 is a lot. But whenever we looked at the 2023 staff, the 162,000, we don't, so the grid removal is on the 2023 staff. And what he indicated to me, because I asked him, I said, so if the grid removal is not in there, I'll come back and inspect us again and go over everything. They're only going to be responsible for the $162,000. So the grid removal, so what I did was I put the cost of the stuff of 2019, we may have to pay the $60,000, we may not, they're going to get back to me, I'm thinking they're going to get back to me during this year, along with the 2023 stuff, they'll get back to me during this year, so I put both of them in there, they're going to be possibly, we might have to pay, possibly we won't. But when the wastewater treatment plant of the stations, what I indicated here was violations and fines that we've already been deemed on, which is the grid removal. The grid removal, like I said, is under 2023 step. That costs about $200,000. And then the 2 pumps for the grid removal to work part is $55,588. And then we also got deemed on the 2023 step for the main pumps. At the time, there was only 1 pump out of 4 pumps that were operating, that were working. Right now, I have 2 in service, and what happened was that we ended up buying 2 before August rain. The rain came and all of this debris went into the main treatment plant, and the chains were getting locked up, and it just, so we have to pull out 2 of the pumps that are in service right now, and then within a week, they should be in there, so we can have 3 pumps working out of 4 pumps.
Yes.
But because we were tainted in 2023 set, not having all 3 of them in there, off 4 of them, we have 1 more to purchase. So that's going to be $7,500, and once we get that one purchased, we'll have all 4 of them in there. And then the station number 2 needs 2 pumps, that's $14,000. The station number 4 needs 2 pumps, that's $14,000. The station number 7, which is Meadowbrook. So Meadowbrook right now, we got with Hector because Meadowbrook is just not operable at all. Like The pumps are not working, the panel is not working, and it's been almost 2 years it hasn't been working. We've already paid for a Zion pump for almost 2 years, 23,185. That's how much we paid as of yesterday. So that, I mean, we would have been almost finished paying just the panel, and, I mean, it's just, so we went up. In fact, the guys were in there a couple of weeks ago because the water went up and the pump has stopped working, and it's just, with all this rain, it's been really a mess, but the guys got it to work again. And then the station number 8, the panel is needed, and that's $20,000. So on Wednesday, I have a meeting with HAF, and HAF's gonna come in to talk about the tower, the water tower project. And I think the last time we remember, whenever they came over here to talk to the council members, we may have a possible contingency that the city will have to pay $200,000 out of our pocket. So this year alone, the 2026 and the 2027 budget, we're looking at possibly spending $767,000.
So could I just, and I want to just go back to the 2019 SEP, speaking to TCQ and Ms. Lisa talking to TCQ. They did say that there was a lot of invoices that were sent for work that was done years ago. That was before kind of our time here. But as they were reviewing, most of those invoices were not directly related to the SEP issue. There was other stuff, and they were not going to give us credit for that, for those invoices, because invoices needed to show that it was specific to correcting the violation, not just a bunch of invoices because we had this fixed or that fixed. So that's why that SEP hasn't been closed out. So Ms. Lisa kind of read up on the SEP, what it was that needed to be done. We've done some work associated, not intentionally, but unintentionally, because there was issues. We've done some work as part of the things that needed to be corrected for that 2019 SEP. So Ms. Lisa sent them the invoices and stuff. They have a review board that has to review them. And after they review them, then they'll let us know if we're still going to be on the hook for the $59,000, or it may be lower. They might lower it, but we still might be on the hook for something in that area. So now once we get that out of the way, we're trying to make sure that we have all the invoices for the work related to the 2023 SEP, because at some point we're going to have to submit those as well for review.
Sure.
But we need the money to fix the grid system out there, and that's going to cost. I think the pumps that we have are serviceable, but we don't know. We have to make sure that they're looked at. So we may not necessarily need to buy the motors out there work. We did have our McCorder come and look at the actual motors that spin, that turn the pumps. Those are functional, those are good. There's no issues there. But then the pumps themselves, we may need to purchase new pumps.
Are these different pumps that we just got from the ARPA pumps?
Yes, they're different. So
That
hopefully,
doesn't help you on splitting out stuff, because you don't know if it's this kind of a pump or this kind of a pump.
Yeah.
so we're working on that, but we're going to need the funds to get those pumps and get all that system going. The air system, because there is a system that blows like air to shoot, move grit, I guess, to the right direction.
Oh, okay.
We did have an issue at the wastewater treatment plant this week I feel that because of all the excess rain, and then the environmental company that was out there felt the same way. There was a lot of debris that got into our system, and it clogged it up. Our maintenance guys were trying to open the lines to clear them, and then there was a spill. I sent you guys an email. So we had to get an environmental company to come and clean that. We have turned in the report to TCQ, but again, it has to do with the whole system itself is not working the way it should. So we're having issues down the road. The sand is tearing up some of the other pumps because the other pumps have plastic, what are they called? Impellers. They're plastic impellers, and because the grit and the sand and everything is getting in there, those plastic impellers are being worn out. we already had to, we just bought the new pump, and within a year, we had to go pull it out and have the new impellers put because they got ground, they were grinded down. Now, the lift station at Meadowbrooks,
Mhm.
the consultant that came in for TCQ went and looked at that, and he basically told us, he says, this lift station isn't really built for the amount of houses that it's too small. The motors, I mean, the motors compared to I don't know, you've seen some of the pumps that they pull them out, they're big monster
Oh,
pumps.
yeah.
These motors look like sub pumps, basically.
Yeah.
So the consultant said, this lift station isn't even, it's not what you're gonna need for the amount of houses that they're building. He said, I don't know why they put it in like that. Plus, we also told them that there's a potential that the property, the Lanes property might be developed as well. So there's no way that this lift station is gonna be.
And yeah,
able to-
I think one of the main idea was for that to be big enough
Yes.
Yeah.
that, and I don't know how
Like
that got
EDC
by
did
like that.
200,000.
I really, really, really don't, because I know the former people that dealt with it, plus the engineers, our engineers that went out there. They passed it and said everything was fine, but they knew it was gonna be for future use.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can
That's
go over there,
crazy.
just pull up to the lift station out there. You wanna lay eyes on, the two pumps are sitting right there. They're little bitty tiny things, not about this big around, probably a couple, maybe a foot and a half tall. They look like sub pumps you would put in a basement or something.
And
Um,
is it possible that we could,
With a
I
big
guess,
pump.
put a bigger pumps out over there and it would run it
They
through
could,
that lift station? Or
They
would we have to
could.
build a new one?
but the panel that's there won't run a bigger pump, so
You have to do a
that's why
panel
we're having
plus.
Hector, our engineer, is gonna go out there and look
He
to
did
kind of
already.
give us an estimate
He
of
already
what he did.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna give us an estimate,
Panel
because if we
plus
put in the
pumps.
bigger pumps,
Yeah, panels like
the panel's gonna have to change out too.
Oh my gosh.
So you might be looking at, well, the
I think it's
EDC,
the
the
20,000.
EDC gave them, the EDC gave,
150,000.
like 150,000.
And that was supposed to be for half of it.
So they played about let's just say 300,000 for that system. If we're gonna upgrade it in
Yeah.
today's price, we're probably looking at, $500,000 that we're gonna have to, I mean, that's, right, that's
That's how much
700,000.
what was used for it.
That's crazy.
So right now, we're renting
Gosh.
a pump, basically, to try to keep that thing going. But like Ms. Lisa said, with all the excess rain that fell, it did kind of blow, and that the rental pump couldn't keep up.
And it's also clogging behind Vista too,
That's what I was
right?
just fixing to ask. Is
It's
that
probably
why
clogging it.
all that
They're not
water
pushing
build
through.
up back there? Because it can't run it through fast
You
enough?
can't push it through, yeah.
So I myself, just knowing a little bit about, this
Shit.
kind of stuff. I
Enough
think
to
it's
be
gonna be,
dangerous.
yeah, I think it's gonna be enough to be dangerous, probably $500,000 to upgrade that system there. To make sure that we're not only be able to feed the houses that are already being built there, because they're looking at it, Lanier's looking at expanding out behind it. That's their property too. So where the roads go that
Yeah.
way and they dead end, that's their property, and they're looking at developing that area too,
Well, I
once
think
they
we
sell
should
all the
charge
lots here.
Only if they
For-
annex in. Oh,
They're
I
annexed
think
in.
that they-
That
that
was-
Are
they
they?
would need
They're
to,
annexed in already.
that was
Oh,
already annexed
yay.
in, yeah.
they would
Okay.
need to charge, like, because I guess part of that lift station being built, it was agreed upon that the developer was gonna put it in, and then EDC pitched in for it.
that's right.
So I would think other developers could help pitch in to make it to where it works.
Newer developers that come
Yeah.
in.
The problem is that we can't wait till the new developers
No.
come in.
No,
Yeah.
we don't
We
know
have
when
to
that's
get
gonna
it
be.
fixed now. Now, I can say this, that depending on how many homes they're gonna wanna build in that process, it's 65 acres that they're
Yeah.
looking at. Plus the new, we might say, we're gonna need another lift station out there to
I
feed
would think
those.
that would be a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, to push
I think
that,
any
you know.
developer that comes in, they need to be putting something else in to help feed the infrastructure.
Sure,
Yeah,
and not depend on this one by minute.
Yeah. you know,
And that goes to, like the whole town and other infrastructure, like help our parks or whatever. you know.
Waiting for me.
so I think,
Yeah, I mean, I just think that this should be a priority and gotta get fixed.
Mhm.
Because TCU is gonna come.
well, with what happened this week with the spill out there,
I want to reach out to that group that, they're most of all TML functions, and it's a group that does especially what you said. And maybe set up a meeting with our two guys and say, hey, maybe they can go take a look at, say, hey, maybe we can fix this.
run this.
Yeah, that'd be
I mean, they're into that, that's,
And you
yeah,
know what Weston said whenever we went around? It was Weston and me and Josue, that he was very shocked that the lift station here, that there's another lift station, they're so far apart from each other.
yeah. How
That there
does it,
should be a closer lift station from Bullard.
Yeah.
And then here, there should be one like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
He says they're too far apart.
The problem there, and I don't remember who I talked to when I first, because I had kind of the same, I said, well, where does this one go?
yeah.
So the previous staff that we had, some of the previous said, well, from here, it flows to here. And I thought, well, that's kind of, well, in the old days, the sewer plant used to be here.
Right, and that's how they got away with it.
They would feed to right
Right
here,
there.
Yeah,
you
so that's
know,
how we got away
but
with it.
then we moved it way over there. So they never, we should have enough, because water still, the sewer lines to the old sewer plant are still there. So water still flows in that direction because of the old pipes in the manhole that's out there where the drainage ditch is. It still runs that
Mine is
direction.
12 feet deep over here, right here. It's 12 feet deep.
Yeah,
It's real deep.
It's real deep. And that's where it used to go to that little
yeah,
circle.
because it used to go that way to the old plant, to the sewer plant.
Is
So
there
what
anything
happens?
existing out there anymore? Is it
No.
old sewer
Mm-mm.
plant?
No, so what
Everything's gone?
happens, and I've opened the manhole there, it's actually where the drainage under the bridge,
Mm-hmm.
that
That goes-
manhole is right there.
Yeah.
I had to
That
lift it
goes
up
to
because it
Peter's
was so
Soil.
low and it was flooding. So what happens is all this water that still runs, it's gravity fed in that direction. Well, it still goes that way and then it floods out. So I had it lifted up higher. So like that, there's a little bit more room. But it doesn't really start pushing it back this way until that whole line gets full.
Yeah.
And then the water starts to work its way back towards this lift station over here. So from over there, it comes this way to that manhole. Well, all this water runs that way still because that line is still there. And then when it gets full, of course, there's no room for it to go that way because
It goes back that way.
it's blocked.
Put back, it's not.
So then it works its way this way, and then then it falls into this lift station here, which then from there goes to 5 over down Fifth Street, and then to Bedford and on.
Mouse trap.
So, yeah, I mean, there should be another lift station somewhere in between.
But I have a question. With all of this, is that wastewater treatment plant, does it have the capability to handle all of that?
I was gonna leave that for another.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But no, that's
I'm
okay, you
sorry.
brought it
Of course,
up.
I went in there and that's where I think.
So, we are, and talking to Hector, our engineer, the wastewater treatment plant is licensed to process 400,000 gallons of
A day.
waste per day.
A day, okay.
We are processing somewhere, depending on the day, we are processing somewhere between 250 to 280,000 gallons.
A day?
A day. So that's already more than half
Okay.
of what we're licensed for. There are days that we process up to 300 to 325,000 gallons of waste per day. So if you think about it, we should already be in the planning stage to
For
For another
expand.
one, or
Because-
expand that,
Or
we
just
can't expand that
expand-
one,
we
we'd
can
have to
expand
build
that
a
one.
new one. couldn't we?
No, we can expand now. We have
Yeah,
another tank.
Hector did say,
Well, I know
they
there's
did
land out
say
there,
we can add another aerator
Yeah.
to
Okay.
a third one, and then there's space to put another clarifier.
Okay, I
We'll
thought
need a new aerator system.
Yeah.
And then a new clarifier, which
Gosh.
we're still looking at about $8 million.
I think that would be something that new developers could put something into, like here's a portion of.
well, we
to
need to
pay
be
for-
thinking about
To help
that and
building that
putting
up
it,
over time and building
trying
a
to
reserve
set
for it.
something aside.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the,
squeeze it if we
We get
can.
also
but-
the
a
state
lot of
coming
the,
in.
yeah, a lot of the cities, like Beeville, when they expanded, they did it with grants. You know, they got grants to do
Well,
it.
that treatment plant out here was built with grants.
Grants. So hopefully, once we get our bank reconciliations and audits, you know, and we hopefully get to where we should be, you know, get these audits out of the way, we could start applying because we're gonna look, and this is just kind of on a small, and this is like what we talked about was just, where are we as far as finance? What would it cost to see, well, in a minimum, about $8 million.
Right.
To install a new aerator system, an additional, not new, but an
Right.
additional.
We
To
got
expand
land.
it.
To expand,
Yeah.
which would get us up, you know, to maybe, you know,
800,000 gallons, whatever.
it would get us to where we could process somewhere maybe,
Wow.
you know, 800,000 to $1 million, depending on how big we go.
Right.
Because like Mrs. White said, if with these 150 homes that, well, I think it's 150 now, these new homes, and then the new homes that are gonna be in Odem South, and then if they built the additional 200 over there,
Yeah,
by the baseball fields.
right.
It will be, I mean, we're already, if you think about the days that we process 300,000 gallons or more, I mean, what is it gonna take to process? I mean, with the rain, with all the rain, the system, it couldn't read it correctly because we were pumping it from, you know, we were pumping it basically around because of the pumps not working and not keeping up. So we had to get those other ones. So the readings that we have on our panel, but the guys were guessing because the aeration system got really, really high. So they said we were probably pushing 400,000 with all the
It's
extra
pretty
water.
good.
Yeah. And the developer, I mean, the consultant that came in, plus our engineer, has looked at the facade of some of those, and there's cracks. And there's visible signs of leakage through the cracks. So he said, you know, that they've been painted over, like with primer, and you can go out there if you want, I'll take you guys out there, go take a look. Where you can see where it's been primed to try to cover it. Some of the stuff that's seeping through. And it's been tried to patch with caulking and stuff like that. But if there's any more pressure on I asked them, I said, so how could you fix this? And they said, well, you would have to drain your aeration system. So you would have to bring in there's like a portable system.
Those
okay.
containers.
And they would, pour it into there. That would do the part of the area. And then you would have to go, it's kind of like that's inside of a swimming pool.
Right.
That's the drainage.
Yeah.
People would go in there, they clean the walls
Yeah.
down, and then they would spray this something. It's like an acrylic or ceramic something spray that would seal it from the inside out. So, but that's going to cost money also, you know. But if y'all want to go out there,
Y'all are
take a
just
look,
overwhelming.
I'm getting a headache. I gotta go.
So again, she wanted to kind of show where we are as far as cost.
So
for
this
the
is stuff
system,
that we're working towards at this moment.
and we're gonna need to budget the money.
We need the money.
Sure.
We need the money to get
Write
this
them a
done.
check.
Okay.
You write one, I'll write one.
All right.
Well, thank
But now, and on Wednesday, whenever I have the meeting with the water tower, I'll know more about the contingencies, then
Yeah.
they'll go over that one.
And I'll get you that consultant that probably can maybe help with all that stuff. That's all they deal with. And that's what we need. And also maybe the attorney.
Yeah.
Get some, RFQs for attorney.
Yeah.
I would
Alright.
say, why pay, maybe he don't show up or.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming.
Sure.
Thank y'all for your presentation. Ms. Donna, you can shut us down. We're
All
done.
right. Later, alligator.
Okay.
You want to go take a look?